Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to Guildford here on BBC Radio London and the Surrey live stream for the Charlotte Edwards Cup game between the South East Stars and the Central Sparks. Lovely to have you with us on an absolutely gorgeous afternoon here at Guildford. We're al fresco this afternoon. We're sort of on the little patioed area to the side of the pavilion. Outside, it was all going really well until a wind arrived. It's quite gusty up here and all my notes have just blown off the roof, so that's not the ideal start, but gorgeous to be here. And South East Stars and Central Sparks going into the second game of the competition, having won their openers. The Stars beating the Sunrisers by 6 wickets and the Central Sparks beating Western Storm by 20 runs. The first bit of news from the middle is the South East Stars won the toss and have decided to bowl first. So South East Stars win the toss and decide to bowl first. And of course South East Stars, the current holders of the Charlotte Edwards Cup, the T20 competition, of course. Let's run through the two sides for you, and the Central Sparks will line up like this: Eve Jones and Izzy Wong, then Amy Jones the keeper, Eve Jones of course the captain, Abigail Freeborn, Amy Campbell, Gwen Davis, Sarah Glenn, Emily Arlott, Grace Potts, Hannah Baker and Thea Brooks is the 11 for Central Sparks. South East Stars welcome back Tash Farrant. So Tash Farrant plays her first game of the summer for the South East Stars. So it's Bryony Smith the captain, Ailish Cranston who led the Stars to victory against the Sunrisers on Saturday, Alice Capsey, Alice Davison-Richards, Emma Jones, Kira Chatley, then Tash Farrant, Alexa Stonehouse, Kalia Moore, Freya Davis and Danny Gregory. Now those are your two 11s. Our umpires for this one, Paul Baldwin and Sophie McLennan. The ground looks an absolute picture today. It's ideal conditions for some T20 cricket. We've got the Woodbridge Road away to our right hand side. There's quite a few people in already actually. I think quite a few Central Sparks supporters and family and friends have come down. They're all sat on some white plastic chairs away to our right hand side, and then at the railway end, little marquee down there, and then the permanent stand with the green seats, and then along Dap Dune Wharf as it's known to our left hand side by the scoreboard, people dotted around in the green seats there, and then away to my right in the pavilion, members of the press in there and analysts, and as I say, we're up on the roof, so very nice it is up here, and ground staff doing the last bits and pieces out there in the middle. The South East Stars players down to my left hand side getting ready. South East Stars in their yellow shirts and dark blue trousers with the red stripe down the side, and then having a little look over the top of the balcony. Central Sparks down there in the all black kit with the orange and red flashing stars and sparks on the front of their shirts as well. So everybody set and ready for action. 4 o'clock start for this one. Games up and down the country, of course, today in the Charlotte Edwards Cup. And as I say, South East Stars, of course, the holders of this one, having won it last year. Of course, you can get in touch with us up here on the roof if you so wish. Probably the old Twitter's the best way, at Back and Across, to get in touch. There's the wind. You can hear the sound of the wind gusting across the roof. It's a little bit like if you've ever had a holiday in Spain or Portugal and you're sort of out on the terrace in the afternoon. It's a little bit like that, lacking the swimming pool and sort of the nice meal in the evening, but it's a gorgeous day to be here watching cricket. I think down below us that the players are sort of getting into groups here, and I think we might be having a little guard of honour down in front of us. I think this to tell everybody that, of course, cricket is for everybody. So the South East Stars players down there to our left hand side, and the Central Sparks players away to our right, with our two umpires in the middle. Let's see Bryony Smith there, and Ailish Cranston and Kira Chatley, Danny Gregory, all the coaching staff as well for the South East Stars.
We look forward to what promises to be a very exciting summer of cricket across all formats of the game. Since we were together at the end of last season, there have been a number of events that have impacted both the cricket world and the world more broadly. We've lost legends of the game, conflicts around the world have emerged, and the global pandemic continues. The ECB and the regional teams have a shared determination to drive cultural change that tackles racism and Thank you.
So a minute's reflection there, and very nicely observed by everybody. And our umpires making their way out into the middle. And then, if you're just joining us here on BBC Radio London, South East Stars have won the toss. They've decided to bowl first, chased against the Sunrisers, winning that opening game. So Central Sparks with the bat first up. 20 aside, of course, in a T20 game. Just a reminder to everybody, 4 per bowler. Power play for the first 6, where you can only have the 2 fielders outside the fielding circle. So South East Stars down there in a huddle at the moment. Photographers taking a few photos. Johan Myberg with the last couple of words. Bryony Smith getting her team in that huddle down there to our left-hand side. Got a good record here at Guildford of the South East Stars. Lots of cars heading off down the Woodbridge Road away to our right at the moment. So last few words here from Bryony Smith, and then we'll be out there in the middle and getting this Charlotte Edwards Cup game underway. As I say, if you want to get in touch with us up here on the roof, you can through the wonderful world of Twitter at Back and Across to get in touch if you so wish. Also going out on the Surrey live stream as well, which is great, so you can see the pictures there as well. So out come the South East Stars in those yellow shirts with the dark blue trousers and the red stripe down the side. And then the Central Sparks openers, Eve Jones and Izzy Wong, make their way out there into the middle in the dark shirts, dark trousers, and also with the sparks over the front of the shirts. Will be a good pitch, this always is here at Guildford. Normally high scoring affairs here at Guildford as well. And it'll be Alice Capsey to get us started from the railway end. Izzy wanders down to the non-strikers end. Eve Jones, the captain, will be on strike. Could do with a bit of gaffer tape here just to tape everything down. As I say, it was very calm earlier on this afternoon. Typically, as the game starts, got a breeze blowing across the ground. So South East Stars are going to start with spin here in the shape of Alice Capsey. And Alice Capsey's just getting rid of some things, just run off down to the scoreboard and throw something over the boundary rope. So Alice Capsey will get us started from the railway end, and it'll be Eve Jones, the left-hander, on strike. Bryony Smith in there at slip. Mid-off. Mid-wicket, no, mid-on, mid-off, mid-wicket. 3 in the ring in the covers. One just behind square on the leg side and a deep mid-wicket as the first ball is turned into the leg side. There is a bit of turn there. Quick singles taken. And through goes Eve Jones for the first run of the piece. Eilish Cranston in there had a shy at the stumps of mid-wicket. If that had hit, that would have been interesting. I think Eve Jones would have been home, but that would have been interesting. Now, Izzy Wong is attacking by nature, so straight away for the right-handed Izzy Wong, there is a long on in for Alice Capsey as Capsey comes over the wicket to Wong, and Wong's backing away, punching this one up towards mid-off, and will get a single. Just a little slip there from Freya Davis as she came round to do the fielding. So Izzy Wong gets off the mark with a single. 2 balls gone here on BBC Radio London. Charlotte Edwards Cup for you from Guildford. And Central Sparks 2 without loss after a couple of balls as Jones waits for Capsey. It's nicely flighted delivery from Alice Capsey coming round the wicket, and Jones turns that one into the leg side. Up comes Cranston again in there at mid-wicket to do the fielder. Absolutely brilliant fielder. Eilish Cranston spends quite a lot of time to the quicker bowlers at backward point. As Capsey round the wicket again, that's nicely bowled, and this is pushed down the ground by Eve Jones for a single. Down towards long on once again. And that's 1 more to Jones. She moves on to 2. First over. 3 without loss, the Central Sparks. 2 back now, a long on and a deep mid-wicket down there in front of the hedgerow, in front of that June Wharf at mid-wicket, as captains in again, gives this lots of air, and this is punched off the back foot by Wong. One bounce to Cranston, out there at extra cover, almost punched that straight to Ailish Cranston did. Izzy Wong waits again with that bat raised as captains in, and this is short, this is pulled, got a lot of this as Izzy Wong. That's 6, great shot, made a lovely noise out of her bat, and that has gone over the scoreboard and away for 6. Gorgeous shot from Izzy Wong. That was 6 the minute it left her bat. You probably heard the noise of that. Came right out the middle from Izzy Wong, and Izzy Wong moves on to 7. First over gone, and the South East Stars, having won the toss, stuck the Central Sparks in, and the Central Sparks are 9 without loss. But again, that just shows the good nature of this pitch. It was short, but Izzy Wong has just rocked onto the back foot there. Absolutely nailed that over the scoreboard for 6. Freya Davis it will be to get us started from the pavilion end. Eve Jones will be on the strike. Got a really good view down the ground from up here on high. Alice Davison-Richards standing up there at mid-off. Kalia Moore at mid-on. No slip for Freya Davis. There's a third and deep backward square of the 2 outside the fielding circle for Freya Davis. Ring of 4 in that cover region as well. Freya Davis comes right arm over the wicket from this pavilion end. First ball, that swings, and opening the face and guiding this off down to the 3rd boundary is Eve Jones. There was a swing there. Chatley flung herself to her left, but it's away for 4. But definite bit of shape on that one from Freya Davis. Just looking where the breeze, I'm trying to work out which way this breeze is going for Freya Davis. I think it's going right to left over her shoulder, so that's helping her with the away swinger, of course, to the right-hander, in swinger to the left-hander, as Davis is over the wicket and Jones punches off the back foot this time. That rolls up to the captain, Bryony Smith. They're at extra cover and there's no run, but again, just a little bit of shape there for Freya Davis. Umpire McClellan stood at this pavilion end, and umpire Baldwin is away at square leg. You can see the South East Stars have got their banners and flags down below us, and those really are now blowing in this gusty wind. Freya Davis runs away from us wearing number 5, comes over the wicket, and this is punched by Jones. Good length delivery up the ground towards Alice Davison-Richards. Does the fielding. Very lucky to have Alice Davison-Richards with us on commentary last week down at Beckenham, the opening day of Kent versus Surrey in the county championship, and now out there in the middle. Alice Davison-Richards do a bit of bowling at some point. Looking forward to watching Tash Farron have a bowl today as well. Back into the side, Tash Farron, as Freya Davis comes in over the wicket, and that swings again. There's definitely a little bit of shape again on that one. That's just punched away out into the offside once more, and there's no run. Danny Gregory down there at 3rd. Tash Farron is all the way out at deep backward square at the moment, in front of that June Wharf, about where Izzy Wong pulled that ball from Bryony Smith, the 6th. First train of the afternoon, going along the tracks there, heading into Guildford Station. Freya Davis is in once again to Jones. Jones pushes off the back foot. Good bowling this. Bowling to her field, Freya Davis. That rolls out towards extra cover, and again, there's no run. 13 without loss, Central Sparks in the 2nd over, having been stuck in by the South East Stars. South East Stars chased against the Sunrisers on Saturday, winning that one by 6 wickets. Ailish Cranston 56 not out, winning with 3 and a bit overs to spare, as Davis is over the wicket once again, and this is punched. Beautiful shot off the back foot by Jones. Lovely placement that from Eve Jones, and has threaded that way through the covers, and Emma Jones flung herself to her right. That's beautifully timed, and it's a long boundary out there for the left-hander out towards the Woodbridge Road, but that has whistled away Lovely, lovely cricket shot that from Eve Jones, just up on her toes and punching it off out towards that cover boundary rope. Fairly whistled away for 4. 17 without loss now. And Tash Farrant is coming into the attack. So that 1 over from Alice Capsey up top. And now Tash Farrant coming into the attack. Had a terrific season last year, Tash Farrant for the South East Stars. 17 without loss after 2. Izzy Wong will be on strike. Left arm over, of course. Tash Farrant back in the England fold as well. So Tash Farrant, her first delivery of this summer in the Charlotte Edwards Cup. Izzy Wong, big 6 in that first over off Capsey. In over the wicket then comes Farrant, and this is punched in the air, 1 bounce by Wong. Out towards extra cover, Bryony Smith, the captain, stood out there on the edge of the circle again. It's a attacking shot that from Izzy Wong, but has almost punched that straight up to Bryony Smith, stood up there at extra cover. Turns again does Farrant, running in towards us as another train rattles across the tracks in the distance. Farrant's in. Wong swung this one. Oh, that's a good shot from Izzy Wong again. It's just opened up that front foot and then swung it over the leg side. And that is 1 bounce and away for 4. 21 without loss now. Central Sparks, terrific strike from Izzy Wong. Off a goodish length, just opening up that front foot and then swinging that one over the leg side. 6 and a 4 already for Izzy Wong. She's on to 11. 21 without loss in the 3rd over. Central Sparks. Over the wicket once again comes Tash Farrant, and Wong's pulling this one powerfully up towards mid-on. And, well, Alice Davison-Richards got something on it, but that's been hit so powerfully by Izzy Wong, and that's gone away for 4. Izzy Wong looking very, very dangerous here. This is the way she plays, attacking, and she's on to 15 already. 1-6, couple of 4s in there already for Izzy Wong. Over the wicket again goes Tash Farrant, and Izzy Wong's pulling again. She's got all of this. That's 6 more. Izzy Wong here. Anything in her half, she's just going to open up that front foot and sling it leg side. And that's 6 more. This is a great start from Izzy Wong. Great start from the Central Sparks. 21 now off 7 balls with 2 4s and 2 6s for Izzy Wong. They've got 2 back now on that leg side boundary, so if she wants to go down the ground she can. Where does Tash Farrant go here? Farrant's in again. Wong's having a flash outside the off stump, beats the outside edge. Good delivery comeback that from Tash Farrant. Izzy Wong just indicating that may have just moved a touch on her outside the off stump. But again, you probably heard that the 6 again there from Izzy Wong. That was 6 the moment it left her bat. Wonderful sound out the middle of Izzy Wong's bat. Turns once again. Tash Farrant coming in left arm over the wicket to Izzy Wong, and Wong looks to swing leg side. That hits the pad. They think about the leg by. Again, she was eyeing up that June Wharf there. Was Izzy Wong, but that's a very good over again for the Central Sparks. 14 off it. Tash Farrant not used to being treated like that. Izzy Wong, terrific all-rounder. Up top playing shots, and then 4 overs, no maidens, 2 for 28 against the Sparks. Against the Storm, apologies, for the Sparks on Saturday. Central Sparks beating the Storm by 20 runs. Sparks 156 for 4, Jones 52, Freeborn 52, Campbell 30, and then Storm 136 for 6. 31 without loss after 3. Freya Davis to bowl the 4th over from the pavilion end. Keep up to date with all the other games going on today. As in over the wicket goes Davis. Oh, shot from Eve Jones. That's a beautiful drive That has whistled away for 4. Bit of swing again for Davis, but off a length. Eve Jones has just lent on that. That has whistled away for 4. Already seen some gorgeous cricket shots in these first 3.1 overs, and very good start this from the Central Sparks. Certainly giving Bryony Smith something to think about. Stood out there at extra cover. Freya Davis over the wicket to Jones once more, and Jones just pushes this one off the back foot straight back up the ground. Davis does the fielding off her own bowling, and there's no run. Looking like the Thunder are going to beat the Northern Diamonds. Thunder 148 for 7. This one starting earlier in the day, of course, and Diamonds are 87 for 9. So looking like a win for Thunder today. Later on this evening, Vipers against the Lightning. As over the wicket goes Davis, right up on the toes of Jones, turns this one up towards mid-on, and there's no run. So later on tonight, Vipers against Lightning, and then Sunrisers against Western Storm at Chelmsford. So one game starting at 1 o'clock today, and it's looking like the Thunder are going to beat the Northern Diamonds. This one at 4 o'clock, and then 2 games this evening in the Charlotte Edwards Cup, and then another round on Saturday. South East Stars heading to Beckenham to play Western Storm on Saturday, as Freya Davis is in again to Jones, and this is an even better shot from Jones. Let's just let that swing into her, then a roll of the wrists, and it beats the straightish mid-wicket and the mid-on. That is just beautiful placement from Eve Jones. Everything about that shot was right. Bit of swing back in, kept her balance, waited till the last moment, they just rolled the wrists on it. This looks a cracker of a pitch as well. Quick outfield, 39 without loss in the 4th over. Central Sparks. Lovely, lovely bit of cricket again, that from Eve Jones. Davis once again comes over the wicket to the left-handed Jones. Jones forward, driving up towards mid-off. Alice Davison-Richards does the fielding. Holds the ball into Kira Chatley, and there is no run. But again, good looking shot from Eve Jones. Just looks in great form. Beautifully timed again on the drive, just standing tall at the crease. He's played 2 super shots in this over. Dangerous opening pair, these two. Freya Davis, right arm over the wicket, she comes once more, and this is pushed with an open face down to third by Eve Jones, the skipper, and picks up another single. So another good over that for the Central Sparks. 9 off it, just ticking along. 4 overs gone. Quick start, going at 10. So really quick start this. Lizzie Wong's done a bit of damage. She's 21. Jones is 19, and as I say, it's certainly giving Bryony Smith and the committee up there at the moment, which is Tash Farrant as well and Alice Davison-Richards, something to think about. I think they were thinking there of another over of Tash Farrant, but they've changed their minds here. I think they're going to go to Emma Jones. So Emma Jones is going to come into the attack. Tash Farrant in her first over there, and this doesn't happen very often to Tash Farrant. 14 off the first over. So Emma Jones will bowl the 5th over down there in the distance from the railway end of the ground. Bryony Smith, she had 1 over of Alice Capsey. She was tempted there to go for a bit more spin, but Eve Jones it will be on strike. 5th over here on BBC Radio London on a glorious day here in Guildford. Stood on the roof, good crowd in, lovely atmosphere, and a cracking start from the Central Sparks as Emma Jones is coming round the wicket, and the first one, Eve Jones is looking just to open up the face and guide that down towards Danny Gregory to our left-hand side at third. Got nothing on it, and Chatley takes that one down low to her right-hand side. Sam, one of the great men of PA announcing down there to our right-hand side. Emma Jones, round the wicket she comes once again, and this one Jones, Eve Jones flashes down to third. There's Danny Gregory. It's Jones against Jones at the moment, and they'll get a single, and that will bring Izzy Wong back onto strike. Good pace from Emma Jones. Flashed off down to third man there. Izzy Wong wanders down to have a little chat with her captain. Now Izzy Wong against Tash Farron. Anything in her half. She was looking to get that front leg out the way and swing it leg side. Shorter boundary leg side, and of course offside filled up as Jones is over the wicket to her, and that's too short, and this will be cut away up and over the top of the covers by Izzy Wong. Good shot again from Izzy Wong. 4 on the edge of the circle. Little short, little wide, and Izzy Wong straight over the top. Pulsating start here from Izzy Wong. She's on to 25 now. We're only in the 5th over. Central Sparks 45 without loss in the 5th. And Izzy Wong, that's her 3rd boundary, 2 sixes as well. On to 25 as Emma Jones is in once more to Izzy Wong. Another short one, and Izzy Wong waits for this and sort of flat bats this up towards mid-on. It's not a bad tactic, that, really, from Emma Jones. Just bang it in halfway down outside the off stump. She knows anything in, she goes full to Izzy Wong. She's going to, as I say, try and sling it leg side. So she's banged that one in short outside the off stump with a ring of 4 there. Izzy Wong couldn't get down onto that one as Jones is in again. Another short one. Izzy Wong hooking, top edge, flies over the top of Chatley, and that whistles down below us for 4 more. So Emma Jones, I see the tactic here, but Izzy Wong is just swinging from the hip here. It's fantastic stuff. And Izzy Wong there, big top edge, flew over the keeper, whistles away for 4. South East Stars have got a problem here. 49 without loss in the 5th. Central Sparks, and Izzy Wong playing a shotter ball at the moment. 29 not out. Terrific stuff, this from Izzy Wong. As Emma Jones come in once again. Another short one, and Izzy Wong has swung this one high in the air over the top of mid-on. It's going to bounce twice. Freya Davis goes back to retrieve the ball, but they'll pick up 2 more. And again, that's a really good over for the Central Sparks, and that's the 50 up for the Central Sparks. After 5, 11 off Emma Jones's first over, and Izzy Wong is playing some fantastic shots out there at the moment. So 51 off 5, and Bryony Smith bringing herself into the attack now to bowl the 6th over. So need to try and get some control here if she can. Bryony Smith with her off breaks from this pavilion end of the ground. Just jump into my little blue book here for some bowling figures. Bryony Smith against the Sunrisers, 3 overs, no maidens, 1 for 17 on Saturday. So this is the final over of the power play. It's been a good one already for Central Sparks. The 2 back are a deep mid wicket and a long on. Eve Jones on strike as Bryony Smith is in. There's a little bit of turn there as Eve Jones pushes this one off the back foot straight out there towards extra cover, and there is no run. So a little bit of turn there for Bryony Smith from this pavilion end. Comes in round the wicket again. That's down the leg side. Wide will be the signal from umpire McLennan. 1 more to the total, 52 without loss, Central Sparks. Bryony Smith again, round the wicket she comes. Eve Jones backs away, cuts this one out towards cover. Won't find a run this time. 4 in that circle again, on the edge of the circle, in the covers for Bryony Smith. Izzy Wong's just come down to have a little natter with Eve Jones. Could be a chat about just knock it into the corner and get 1 and I'll get on strike. As Bryony Smith, round the wicket she comes again. Eve Jones punches off the back foot this time, again just hits the cover ring, and there's no run. It's like a fence, that cover ring at the moment for the South East Stars. Fielding done on that occasion by Kalia Moore. It's Pizza Delivery Man going up the Woodbridge Road there as round the wicket comes Bryony Smith. Again, little bit of turn, nicely bowled. And Eve Jones can only push this one straight back up the pitch. So good over this from the captain. Just a wide so far. from Bryony Smith. At the moment, the cheapest over in the game for the South East Stars. Bryony Smith is in once more, round the wicket to Jones. Jones backs away again, cuts straight out to cover. Emma Jones does the fielding, and there is no run. As I say, Eve Jones might be better off here, just knocking it into the leg side or bumping it down for a quick single and getting Izzy Wong on strike. Not that Eve Jones hasn't played some lovely shots as well, but at the moment she just keeps hitting the covers. Bryony Smith's in again. Here goes Eve Jones. Slog sweeping for 6. It was a good effort to get to that from Alice Capsey at deep mid-wicket, but it's gone over the top of her and it's away for 6. And good shot from Eve Jones, pulls out the slog sweep of the final ball of the over, and it goes all the way for 6. So Eve Jones gives up trying to smash it through the covers there and plays a slog sweep that goes away for 6 runs. And still ticking along. That is the cheapest over for the South East Stars. They'll be delighted the power play's done and dusted now, South East Stars, in the fact they can get some fielders out on the boundary ropes. But what a start this is for Central Sparks. 58 without loss after 6 overs. And as you can hear there, Alice Davison-Richards is into the attack down there from the railway end. So Alice Davison-Richards into the attack. Now the South East Stars can get fielders outside the circle. 3 overs on Saturday, none for 20. Alice Davison-Richards, she's in. The first ball to Wong is pulled off the front foot straight out to deep backward square for a single. So that's the way she's got her field set. Banging that one in halfway down, pulled away out there to deep backward square, and they pick up a single. Brings the left-handed Eve Jones back onto strike. Good looking scoreboard this for the Central Sparks at the moment. Wong on 32, Eve Jones on 26. Pulsating start this from Central Sparks. The opening pair are doing a tremendous job here for them. Got them off to an absolute flyer. And it's making the South East Stars have to rethink their plans a touch here. 3 back on the leg side. So Alice Davison-Richards is going to come round the wicket. She'll probably be short, I'd have thought. No, she's gone full of length. Good bit of bowling that. And driven by Jones. Straight back up the pitch, and Davison-Richards does the fielding off her own bowl. She's protecting that long leg side boundary here for the left-hander, Alice Davison-Richards. Wong's 32 now, coming off 14 balls with 4 4s and 2 6s. Eve Jones 26 from 25. Around the wicket again goes Alice Davison-Richards. There's the short delivery. This has just been swung high in the air, and that is the first wicket. And Eve Jones was looking to go leg side, but was through it a little early, and it's good bowling from Alice Davison-Richards. I think probably just took a little bit of pace off that one, but what a start that was from Eve Jones. And desperately looking for that wicket with the South East Stars. But Eve Jones, I think it's fair to say, has got her side off to an absolute flyer there. But Alice Davison-Richards into the attack. Thought it would be short, it was. And Eve Jones looking to swing it over the leg side, but I think threw it a bit too early. And straight up in the air. And Freya Davis taking the catch up there at mid-off, nice and neatly and tidily. And one Jones replaced by another, because Amy Jones makes her way out there into the middle now. England keeper batter, of course, Amy Jones. 59 for 1. And there's the announcement of Amy Jones out there in the middle. Right-hander, of course. Amy Jones, wonderful innings last year for Central Sparks. Hundreds for Amy Jones in the Rachel Hayhoe Flint Trophy. Waiting for her first delivery here from Alice Davison-Richards. Turns it leg side. This is good from Alice Davison-Richards. Alice Davison-Richards at the moment just absolutely no width whatsoever. Picks up that wicket of Eve Jones. Now the South East Stars will think they've got a bit of a chance here to pull this one back a touch. Well, Izzy Wong's still there on 32. Jones waits with bat raised as Davison Richards, good length delivery. Forward comes Amy Jones, tucks it into the leg side. Tash Farrant up very quickly there to do the fielding, whips the ball into the gloves of Kira Chatley. Good crowd in today. I got here about 2 o'clock and already quite a few Central Sparks friends, family, supporters were down here. Over the wicket comes Davison Richards, and that's short and pulled by Jones. They've got the deep backward square out there, does well. Horrible bounce on that. And good bit of work out there by Ailish Cranston, because that really did bounce horribly in front of her. Very good over that from Alice Davison Richards. Gets the wicket of Eve Jones, only goes for a couple. Amy Jones is off the mark with a single. 7 overs gone, 60 for 1 then Central Sparks. So first wicket of the piece going to Alice Davison Richards. 1 over Bryony Smith. Now she's going to bring Freya Davis back into the piece. So Freya Davis coming back into the piece. Had a couple of overs already. This will be to try and knock Amy Jones over early in her innings, I would have thought. So it's turned to Freya Davis, who will operate from this pavilion end here at Guildford. It's so nice up here. I've taken my shoes off now, and my feet are on the concrete. It's lovely and warm. It's like being abroad, this. It's rather lovely. As Freya Davis then comes right arm over the wicket to Amy Jones, and that is swinging, but down the leg side and wide will be the signal, and that'll be 61 for 1. So swing there, but down the leg side. Alice Davison Richards down there at long on, outside the circle. It's long on, deep mid wicket, long leg, sweeper on the cover rope. Those are the 4 outside the fielding circle for the South East Stars. Freya Davis over the wicket, she comes to Amy Jones, and Jones is forward and pushing this good length ball out into the offside. Tash Farrant coming up to do the fielding, whips it in over the top of the stumps, and there is no run. Just get the stats for you of that innings from Eve Jones. Eve Jones was 25 balls for that 26, 4 fours and 1 6. Lovely innings as Freya Davis is in over the wicket to Amy Jones. Again, swings away a touch from Amy Jones, who drives. That one just goes straight back up the pitch, and again there is no run as Freya Davis does the fielding off her own bowling. So wide off the first ball, and then right on the money here is Freya Davis. Amy Jones waits again as Davis comes over the wicket to her, and Amy Jones, the on drive, lovely looking shot. Round comes Alice Davison Richards from long on to do the fielding, just the single. Nicely played by Amy Jones. Now Izzy Wong hasn't seen much of the bowling in the last couple of overs, but she has been flying along out there in the middle, and 32 from 14 balls with 4 fours and 2 sixes. Izzy Wong, as I say, anything in her half, she's just pulled that front leg out the way and went leg side with the bowler coming from the railway end. Now it's Freya Davis coming from the pavilion end to Izzy Wong, and Wong's letting this slower one go wide outside the off stump. Wide is the signal from umpire McClelland. So slower one, that one from Freya Davis, just outside the tram lines, and signalled wide by umpire McClelland. Lots of words of encouragement there for Freya Davis. It's a long leg side boundary here for Izzy Wong. She's going to have to get all of it if she goes over the top. As Freya Davis is into her, again this is very wide outside the off stump, and another wide is signalled by umpire McLennan. She's very aware, anything straight, Izzy Wong is going to try and sling leg side. So just trying to push it as wide as she can outside that off stump, but on that occasion just pushing it a bit too wide again was Freya Davis. Coming once more over the wicket to Izzy Wong, goes straight, good Yorker. That's really well bowled by Freya Davis. Izzy Wong was shaping up there, I think, to go over the offside and then just had to drop the bat on it. Sort of practicing after that little ramp shot down towards backward point, but that was nicely bowled by Freya Davis. Almost snuck underneath the bat of Izzy Wong, that one. Good bowling from Freya Davis. Wong waits again on 32 as Davis is into it. Getting wide outside that off stump. I think she'll get away with this one. That's nicely bowled. So at the moment, Izzy Wong letting that one go, having picked up a couple of wides in this over off Freya Davis. I think that one wasn't wide actually. I think it's nicely bowled, that by Freya Davis. Izzy Wong, a couple of quiet deliveries for Izzy Wong, which we haven't seen in the game so far. Freya Davis comes over the wicket once again to her, goes onto her legs, hits the pads as she's looking to flick leg side, rolls away behind her and picked up by Kira Chatley. So good over that from Freya Davis. Yep, a couple of wides in there, but just 4 off the over, and they're just pulling this back at the moment. South East Stars was 51 without loss after 5. Central Sparks now after 8, 64 for 1. They have just pulled this back with that wicket of Eve Jones. Alice Davidson-Richards it will be to continue from the railway end of the ground. Amy Jones will be on strike. Field at the moment is third on the edge of the circle, backward point, sweeper on the cover rope, extra cover, mid off, long on, deep mid wicket, long leg, and then the short straight mid wicket on the edge of the circle. Alice Davidson-Richards in over the wicket to Amy Jones. That's down the leg side. Umpire Baldwin. Signal wide. Amy Jones will feel she's missed out there. If there's any bat on that, it's probably going to whistle away behind square for 4, but didn't get anything on it. And umpire Baldwin signalling wide. Davidson-Richards once more turns in the distance. Runs in towards us. Right arm over the wicket to Amy Jones, and that's short, and Amy Jones is pulling one bounce out towards Cranston. Does very well again, because that took a wicked bounce on her. Really did. Apologies, Capsey out there. My apologies, Capsey out there. Cranston, of course, away in there at backward point. So it's a good bit of work that from Capsey. She took a wicked bounce just in front of her. Just the single. Brings Izzy Wong back onto strike once again as another train rattles along the tracks in the distance. Alice Davidson-Richards is into Izzy Wong. Short one, well bowled. Alice Davidson-Richards. Izzy Wong's looking towards square leg, so is that over shoulder high? I think that's well bowled. Izzy Wong was playing 3 shots at that, and then in the end realised she wasn't going to get anywhere near it. So last 3 balls, Izzy Wong 3 dots. As I say, just pulling this back at the moment, South East Stars. Davidson-Richards is in. Here goes Izzy Wong. Drills this one down the ground towards long on. Picks up another single. Good experience bowling this from Alice Davidson-Richards. Exactly what her captain was looking for. 67 for 1. The other thing the South East Stars will think to themselves, well, Tash Farrant's only had 1 over. Can bring Tash Farrant back at the end. As Alice Davidson-Richards comes into Amy Jones, is down the pitch, aerially down towards long on, and it is dropped. Ooh, how important is that going to be? Emma Jones down there, and wind behind. So I think Amy Jones has decided with the wind behind, it's gone for 4. Didn't get all of it, but wind behind, it kept going and going. And Emma Jones got hands to it, 2 of them. But down it went and away for 4. So Amy Jones moves on to 7. Central Sparks move on to 71 for 1. Alice Davidson-Richards in again. That's short, that's pulled, and there's Alice Capsey once again doing the fielding. Out there at deep backward square. So a life for Amy Jones. On 3. She moves on to 8. 72 for 1, but that just kept going and going. And I think the wind has changed direction. It's coming in behind us now, the wind. just get the ball flying in the air as Wong waits for Davison Richards. Well bowled again by Alice Davison Richards, right up on the toes there of Izzy Wong. She can't get underneath that. Izzy Wong, and just plays that straight up towards mid-off. So again, it's another very good over. That from Alice Davison Richards. 9 gone, 72 for 1. Central Sparks. So one more over and then we'll be at the halfway point. But as I say, after 5 overs, 51 without loss. Here's Danny Gregory to bowl her leg spin from the pavilion end. Huge talent, Danny Gregory. On a contract now as well. Well deserved. She'll be bowling here to Amy Jones. So leg spin from this pavilion end. 10th over. Amy Jones on 8. Long on and 2 back on that mid-wicket rope as Danny Gregory is in. First one punched off the back foot by Amy Jones out towards Capsey. Does the fielding again, coming in off that boundary rope. And again, it took a funny little bobble on Alice Capsey. Actually, in the end, struck her on the chin. She's fine, but just took a little bobble on her just as she was about to do the fielding. Jones moves on to 9, 73 for 1. Back onto strike comes Izzy Wong. This is pulled by Wong up towards Alice Davison Richards at long on. Comes in off the boundary rope. Just get a single. Throw from Alice Davison Richards on the half volley. Backing up is it's good from Emma Jones. And they pick up another single. One more to the total. 74 for 1. Danny Gregory bounces in once again. These 2 long pigtails that she's got. As this is pulled out towards deep mid-wicket. Nicely timed. Good work out there as well. Tash Farron out there, because again that was really struck firmly by Amy Jones. It's a long old boundary out there towards the Woodbridge Road. Izzy Wong on 34. Danny Gregory into it. Tosses this one up. She's gone for this as Izzy Wong. I'm not sure how much she's got of it. It's going to land in between Tash Farron and Alice Davison Richards. Great effort to get round there from Tash Farron. And Izzy Wong, anything just thrown up a touch by Danny Gregory. First one, she's really flighted up there. Izzy Wong immediately slings it into the leg side. On to 36 she goes. 77 for 1. Danny Gregory in once again to her, and this time she's gone down the ground. Hasn't got all of this, but it's over the top of Freya Davis, and she'll get a couple here. Well, Izzy Wong, Amy Jones has got to get her skates on to get back for 2, but again that one just tossed up a bit. Izzy Wong going down the ground. She's on to 38 here. 79 for 1 Central Sparks. I think there's one ball of this, the 10th, remaining for Danny Gregory. Izzy Wong waits once again on 38 as Danny Gregory's into her, and Wong takes this off a goodish length, throws the bottom hand into it. It's down towards Alice Davison Richards at long on, and they'll take another single. Izzy Wong will keep the strike, and that is the halfway point then here on BBC Radio London of this, the Central Sparks innings, having been stuck in by the South East Stars, who wanted to chase on a good surface. 80 for 1 after 10. So going along very nicely at 8 and over. Izzy Wong now 39 off 24 balls with 4 4s and 2 6s. Bryony Smith, the captain, coming back into the attack this time though down there at the railway end of the ground. So this is the start of the 11th over. Right-handed Izzy Wong on strike as Bryony Smith is into her, and Izzy Wong, that one tossed up, and Izzy Wong's gone straight down the ground and away for 4. Great shot again from Izzy Wong. She's sort of back into this now. She lost the strike for a while. She's taken her a little bit of time to get ticking again, but now she's on to 43. It's quite difficult here for Bryony Smith to defend the leg side boundary. Short leg side boundary, so anything short, Izzy Wong will try and go over the leg side, as this one she's pushing off the back foot straight out there towards extra cover. Emma Jones comes around to do the fielding, just trying to keep Izzy Wong quiet at the moment, Tremendous innings this. Bryony Smith is in again to her. That is short, and now Izzy Wong's on the back foot, gone straight down the ground. The fielding down there is terrific as they're going to come back for 2. Brilliant bit of work down there at long off, because again that was struck very firmly. It's Fred Davis down there. Brilliant sprint round and slide. 2 more to Izzy Wong. She's on to 45, 86 for 1 as Bryony Smith is in once again to her. That's quicker, and Izzy Wong has chipped it in the air and has gone. Caught by Emma Jones out there at extra cover, and Izzy Wong's terrific innings comes to an end on 45. What an innings that has been from Izzy Wong. Great entertainment. And that one, I think she was in 2 minds whether to go leg side or over the top of the covers, and in the end just chipped it, and Emma Jones taking the catch and gone for 45. But what an innings that was from Izzy Wong. 86 for 2 now. Sparks in the 11th over. Wonderful, wonderful innings that. Now Freeborn's making her way out into the middle. Just get the stats of that innings for you from Izzy Wong. I think that's 45 from 28 balls with 5 4s and 2 6s. So terrific innings that from Izzy Wong. So Abigail Freeborn joins Amy Jones out there in the middle. 86 for 2 now. Central Sparks. Freeborn right-handed, of course. 2 right-handers out there in the middle. Bryony Smith bowling in her sunglasses. The captain comes in over the wicket to Freeborn. Freeborn's first ball, she's forward and turns it into the leg side, and they'll get a single. They're thinking about 2 because Long On's had a fair way to come up. Just the single. Freeborn off the mark straight away. There is some darker clouds away to our left, but I think we should be all right for this game. This evening's games could be a bit of rain around for those, I suppose, at Chelmsford and the Aegeus. As in over the wicket comes Bryony Smith to Jones. Jones pulling again, straight out to deep mid-wicket. Good stuff from Bryony Smith. Tash Farron does the fielding. Pick up another single. That's a very good over from the captain. 11 gone. 88 for 2. The Sparks, so they're gonna, whatever happens from here, they should be putting on at least 130 from here, you would have thought. Danny Gregory, it will be from the pavilion end. Freeborn and Jones get together for a bit of a natter out there in the middle. They're pointing away towards that very long leg side boundary on the Woodbridge Road. Both Jones and Freeborn. 3 back there once again on that leg side boundary as Danny Gregory spins the ball in her fingers and then comes in over the wicket to Amy Jones. Tosses this one up, drilled down the ground by Amy Jones. Alice Davison-Richards swings round from long on. Throw comes in. Freeborn's going to get skates on, direct hit. Should have been struggling. It's a good bit of work from Alice Davison-Richards. I think if that had hit, Freeborn would have been struggling to get back, but as it is, Amy Jones picks up a couple of runs, moves on to 10, 90 for 1 now. Central Sparks as Danny Gregory's in again. That's nicely bowled. Just tosses this one up onto the legs. That's whipped away out towards deep mid-wicket. Up comes Tash Farron to do the fielding. Throw on the half volley to Danny Gregory. Exactly what she wanted, but it's 1 more to Amy Jones. 91 for 1. Freeborn comes on to strike here to Danny Gregory for the first time. Having just got out there after Izzy Wong went for 45. As Gregory's in. Oh, Freeborn looks to sweep from outside her off stump. Nothing on that. Nicely taken by Kira Jatley. Nicely bowled. Bit of turn there for Danny Gregory. Of course, leg break turning away from the right-hander. Danny Gregory over the wicket she comes once again. Freeborn's forward, works this one into the leg side. Tash Farron comes sprinting off the boundary rope, does well, gets up there very quickly, keeps it down to a single. Freeborn will move on to 2. Sparks move on to 92 for 2. Danny Gregory ready once again to come over the wicket. Tosses this one up. Amy Jones drives that one out towards Alice Capsey. Sweeping on that cover boundary rope. They'll pick up another single. One more to the total. 93 for 2. Back onto strike comes Abigail Freeborn. Danny Gregory over the wicket to her. A bit flatter this delivery. Freeborn just pushes off the back foot out towards Capsey once again. Comes in off that cover boundary rope. Does Alice Capsey. End of a tidy over that from Danny Gregory. 12 gone, 6 off it. And the Sparks 94 for 2. The South East Stars have pulled this back because after 5 overs, Sparks were 51 without loss, so they were going at 10s. Terrific start from Eve Jones and Izzy Wong. Emma Jones coming back into the attack to bowl the 13th over from the railway end of the ground. Bit of a natter out there between Freeborn and Jones once again. Freeborn on 3, Jones on 14. Freeborn has a little look round the field and then settles down over her bat as Emma Jones comes in. Right arm over the wicket to her and is right up on the pads, looking to flick leg side. Leg by will be the signal here. Capsey and Danny Gregory getting a bit of a tangle together there. Leg by is the signal. That'll be 95 for 2 for the Central Sparks. Third will come up to the edge of the circle now. Alexa Stonehouse coming up to the edge of the circle there at third. Danny Gregory heads down towards long leg as Emma Jones comes in over the wicket to Amy Jones. Jones against Jones again, and Amy Jones drives this one. Doesn't really time it. Ball goes straight back up the pitch, and Emma Jones does the fielding off her own bowling, and there's no run. There's a whole stack of chairs there in the distance. Friday, Surrey are here playing a Sri Lankan Development 11. 4-day game. Getting ready for that as well here at Guildford as Emma Jones comes over the wicket and Amy Jones drives. That's a gorgeous shot. That's 4. Freya Davis won't get to that. That is a gorgeous shot from Amy Jones. Freya Davis ends up going back into the car park to get that, but all along the carpet, straight down the ground and away for 4. Lovely cricket shot that from Amy Jones. 99 for 2, apologies, 99 for 2. Central Sparks, and Amy Jones has moved on to 19. As over the wicket again comes Emma Jones to her. That's short, that's pulled by Amy Jones out towards deep mid-wicket. Just a single as Tash Farron gets around to do the fielding. One more to the total, that's the 100 up for Central Sparks in the 13th over. So Central Sparks 100 for 2. I make that the 13th over, but on the scoreboard they've got us on the 12th. That's the 13th. As Emma Jones will come over the wicket once again to Stonehouse. Short. Oh, now what's that hit? Stonehouse looking to pull. Yep, I think that's hit the helmet. So we might have a bit of a concussion protocol here. Umpire Baldwin immediately calls for the physio, and we will have a touch of the old concussion protocol here because it was banged in by Emma Jones. Good quick delivery that from Emma Jones, and I think the pull was Freeborn, and that rattled into the side of her helmet. So be a few questions here to Abigail Freeborn just to make sure she's okay. And the South East Stars are getting together for an impromptu chat about everything, but just watching Abigail Freeborn, she looks okay. Sort of taking the helmet off, she's going through the neck exercises, just having chat with the physio, who will have some designated questions to ask Abigail Freeborn, just to make sure that she's giving all the right answers. But it was a quick delivery, that, from Emma Jones. So Freeborn looking to pull off the front foot. It made a resounding noise as it crashed into the side of her helmet. I think she's okay. Check the helmet as well, make sure the helmet's all intact. An incident in the men's game last week down at Beckenham where Jamie Overton struck Ben Compton and the helmet fell onto the stumps. But of course now that's not out. If any part of your crash helmet falls onto the stumps, that actually is not out these days. Perfectly understandably, in the fact that the players wearing all the protection on their helmets. The one ball to go in the over. 12.5 gone. Hopefully Abigail Freeborn is all good to continue. Settles herself down over her bat once more. Emma Jones gets ready to come in over the wicket to Freeborn. No, she doesn't. Not happy with something there. So she pulls out of her run up there, does Emma Jones, halfway through her run up. And we'll try again as she comes over the wicket here to Freeborn. And Freeborn shot. Great bit of work from Ailish Cranston at backward point. Cool, she timed that. And Ailish Cranston, that basically just hit her at backward point. It's a brilliant bit of fielding. Quite sure how much she knew about that Ailish Cranston, because fair to say, after being struck on the helmet, Stonehouse Freeborn, apologies, immediately times her next ball straight out to backward point. End of the over, 13 gone then. 100 for 2. Central Sparks, it'll be Danny Gregory from this, the Pavilion end. 2 overs, no maidens, none for 14 so far for Danny Gregory today. Amy Jones on 19 will be on strike. It's just clouded up a bit here now at Guildford. It was blue sky and sun out when we started. A lot more cloud cover now as Amy Jones is down the pitch to Danny Gregory. Picks this one up on the full and has driven that away for 4. Down below us, Alice Davison-Richards was trying to get round to that, but nice use of the feet there from Amy Jones. Took the ball on the floor and drove it straight down the ground for 4 runs. 104 for 1. Amy Jones moves on to 24 as Danny Gregory comes in again. Amy Jones is down the pitch and hits this hard past Danny Gregory's left hand. That has whistled off down to the boundary rope for 4 more. Lovely use of the feet again from Amy Jones. And then Danny Gregory shot out a left hand, but that was past her and away for 4. So she's now having a chat with her captain, Bryony Smith. Danny Gregory, how to keep Amy Jones quiet. A couple of lovely shots though from Amy Jones down the ground. Well, Freya Davis is going to have to go down to long off, so deep backward square will come up to an orthodox square leg. Opens up a gap if she wants to. Amy Jones, she's driving here, and Bryony Smith does well on the edge of the circle at cover. Gets a fingertip to that because that was beautifully timed again by Amy Jones. She moves on to 29, 109 for 2. Central Sparks. Eve Jones 26, Izzy Wong 45, Amy Jones 29. Freeborn coming back onto strike on 3. Danny Gregory is in and Freeborn's down the pitch and then works this one into the leg side, bringing Alice Davison-Richards up from long on. I'll just take the single again. Good over this for the Sparks, 10 off it. Amy Jones comes back onto strike on 29. Freya Davis has run all the way down to her position at long off as Danny Gregory is in, tosses this up. Oh dear, full toss, and they've brought up deep backward square to square leg so they can get the long off in. And that has just been swept away for 4. Whistles off to the boundary rope. Kalia Moore straight over her head. So good bit of batting from Amy Jones. Gets rid of the deep backward square, and then to get a long off in, and full toss puts it away for 4 through the leg side. 114 for 2 now, the Sparks, as Danny Gregory is in again, and Jones tucked up for room, looks to punch off the back foot, doesn't time this at all, but again it's a good over for the Sparks here. 14 gone, 114 for 2. Central Sparks, so now looking for 150 from here, I would have thought. As I say, got off to an absolute flyer with Izzy Wong and Eve Jones. And Southeast Stars just pulling it back a touch. But now Amy Jones is timing the ball quite beautifully. There's Davison Richards then, from the railway end to bowl the 15th over of the piece here on BBC Radio London. There's Davison Richards coming in over the wicket, and this is pulled in the air, and Alice Capsey, I thought she had it. It was a great effort. Freeborn pulling that, and it just came out the hands of Alice Capsey as she dived forward, coming in off the boundary rate. That would have been a brilliant catch from Alice Capsey. Freeborn gets a single, moves on to 5. Davison Richards 1 for 11 now off 2.1. Great effort from Alice Capsey, never easy that. Sprinting in and then diving forward, and I think did get both hands underneath the ball. Just as she hit the ground, it rolled along the carpet next to her. As Alice Davison Richards is into Amy Jones. Jones turns this good length delivery down the ground towards long on. They'll just get a single, and that will move Amy Jones on to 34 now, 116 for 2. Suddenly, as I say, a lot of cloud cover. There was some talk of rain a bit later. Fingers crossed that's not the case, especially as we're al fresco for commentary. As over the wicket once again goes Davison Richards, and Freeborn's got a lot of this. That is going to go for 4 leg side. And again, made a resounding sound out the middle of the Freeborn bat. On to 9 she goes, 120 for 2 now. So Southeast Stars know they're going to have to bat well today. They're going to be chasing down a big old total here at Guildford. But great surface, quick outfield. That's what you want for a game of T20. Runs on the board, 4s and 6s. And that was beautifully struck by Freeborn. And it's Davison Richards and Bryony Smith. A bit of a natter about all of this. Freya Davis has just come up as well for a word. I think Chatley will come up to the stumps now, so Kira Chatley's going to come up to the stumps to try and keep Freeborn in her crease. She did take a couple of steps down the pitch towards Alice Davison Richards on that occasion. Freeborn, and then swung it leg side, so now she's got to be careful because Chatley is up to the stumps as Davison Richards is in. Oh, that's a slower ball. That was a full toss, and Freeborn has swung this leg side. That's brilliant from Tash Farron. Flicks it up to Alice Capsey and the throw, and they're back for 2. But what a terrific piece of fielding that was from Tash Farron. She gets slowly back to her feet again, but flicked it up, and then the throw from Alice Capsey, and Freeborn sprinted back for the second. Great bit of work that from Tash Farron. 122 for 2. Freeborn waits with that bat raised as Davison Richards is in, outside edge, and caught on the edge of the circle. It just loops to Alexa Stonehouse, and Freeborn goes for 11. Second wicket for Alice Davison Richards today. Big outside edge there from Freeborn, and backpedaling Stonehouse on the edge of the circle. So Alice Davison Richards with her second wicket of the piece, and 122 for 3 now are the Sparks in the 15th over. Jones still there though on 34. Amy Campbell makes her way out to the middle. Little punch of gloves there with Amy Jones. Terrific bowling this from Alice Davison-Richards, because when she came into the attack, South East Stars were really under the pump. She got rid of Eve Jones, now comes back into the attack and picks up Freeborn. And her third over here is Alice Davison-Richards. 2 for 18 for Alice Davison-Richards. So left-handed Campbell waits for her first delivery. As Davison-Richards round the wicket to her and swinging, and well, Chatley up to the stumps. Don't think got anything on that. Campbell, it's got past Chatley. I think this will be byes to be signalled by umpire Baldwin. It will be. 2 more to the total, but a very good over that from Alice Davison-Richards. 5 to go then here on BBC Radio London in this Charlotte Edwards Cup game between the South East Stars and the Central Sparks. And South East Stars winning the toss, putting the Central Sparks in, and the Central Sparks 124 for 3. And here we go, Tash Farrant coming into the attack. Now Tash Farrant's still got 3 left. I think we get all 3 from Tash Farrant from this pavilion end, with 5 remaining. So 124 for 3. First over went for 14. Izzy Wong, big 6, and a couple of 4s in that over from Tash Farrant. Used to going for 14, Tash Farrant, but now she comes back with 3 in her back pocket. Amy Jones will be on strike on 34. 124 for 3. Just checking the field is Amy Jones. 3 back on that leg side boundary rope, including the long on, and then fine leg on the edge of the circle. Tash Farrant left arm round the wicket to Jones. Oh, and she's going to pull this one past short, fine, and away for 4. A bit short that from Tash Farrant. Bit of a loosener, and that's actually, the ball has whistled off to the pile of plastic white chairs that are down there. Now if it's gone underneath those, we could be here a while, but thankfully it hasn't gone underneath, and Kalia Moore can get the ball back, because if that had gone underneath the pile of white chairs, it might have taken a while to get under the white chairs to get the ball back. Amy Jones on to 38. Very good runs here, all that experience. 128 for 3 now. Central Sparks. Tash Farrant, left arm round the wicket she comes to Jones, and Jones turns this one off the back foot into the leg side, out towards deep backward square with a roll of the wrist. Just a single. Out cricket's been pretty good here from South East Stars, especially getting off that boundary rope quickly and keeping the 2s to 1s. 129 for 3. Brings Amy Campbell onto straight. It does feel like there could be a storm coming. Wind's picked up again. As I say, these clouds have come over the ground now. Fingers crossed that isn't the case. And if it is going to be a storm, come about 8 o'clock, please. As this one is a full toss, which Campbell is hitting straight down the ground. Alice Davison-Richards' little misfield down below us enables them to come back for 2. Just as I said, the out cricket have been very good from South East Stars. Just a little misfield there from Alice Davison-Richards. 131 for 3. Central Sparks. Big old total this. In over the wicket comes Tash Farrant once again, and this one's down the leg side. And that's into the gloves of Kira Chatley. Wide's the signal. Sparks 156 for 4 against Western Storm on Saturday, so they're on course for bettering that today, and defended that. Storm 136 for 6. Tash Farrant in over the wicket once again to Campbell, and Campbell looking to pull this. It's hit something, might have been bottom edge, and she scrambles through for the single. Yeah, bottom edge onto that back pad, so just a single there for Campbell. She'll move on to 3. 133 for 3. Tash Farrant picked up, took aim and fired, and it was a bit of backing up. If that had got underneath the fielder. That would have rushed away for overthrows. Amy Jones. Bat raised as round the wicket comes Farron, and Jones takes this from off stump. Swings it off the front foot out towards Alice Capsey, who's been everywhere this afternoon. As the throw comes in, one bounce over the top of the stumps. Just another single for Amy Jones, but she's sort of gone to 40 very leisurely. Almost don't notice Amy Jones's batting, it's that good. She just look up at the scoreboard and all of a sudden she's on 40 as Tash Farrant is over the wicket to Campbell. Campbell, oh, swinging hard at that. Bottom edge onto her front pad, that would have hurt. I think that's hit her on the ankle. And she wanders off, hobbling a touch. End of the over from Tash Farrant, so 16 gone. 10 off that Tash Farrant over. 134 for 2. Central Sparks, as I say, they're one up and over what they got against the Storm on Saturday. 156 for 4. So Bryony Smith brings herself back into the attack from the railway end. The South East Stars captain. There's Davison Richards, 3 overs, no maidens, 2 for 18. Very good figures those. Man is Davison Richards. Amy Jones is 40, coming from 27 balls with 6 fours. Bryony Smith then, still bowling in her sunglasses. She's in here to Amy Jones, who's clipped this one in the air and will be caught by Emma Jones at extra cover. That's a big wicket for the South East Stars. Just held it back a touch, Bryony Smith. And Amy Jones was looking to go over the covers and has just chipped that one straight up in the air. Emma Jones has a second catch. Bryony Smith has a second wicket. That is a big wicket at this point because it enables South East Stars just to try and haul the Central Sparks back. If Amy Jones had still been there in 2 overs time, it could have been a huge total on the board, but as it is, Amy Jones has gone, and out there in the middle comes Gwen Davis. So 2 fresh batters at the crease now, Campbell and Davis. Bryony Smith, a second wicket picked up. Izzy Wong, she's picked up 2 big wickets today, as Bryony Smith. Izzy Wong for 45 and Amy Jones for 40. Both batters were about to start doing some real damage. Good timing of those wickets. Never a bad time to take a wicket, of course, but 2 green and firing for Bryony Smith today as she's coming round the wicket here, and this is short and this is pulled past short fine leg by the left-handed Davis. First ball, brilliant fielding again. Out there on the boundary rope, sprinting round Kalia Moore and getting it inside the rope, and then the throw. 2 more to the total. First runs for Gwen Davis. 136 for 4, the Central Sparks. Round the wicket goes Bryony Smith, tosses this one right up. Davis got something on that. Runs down towards short fine leg. Stonehouse does the fielding, bit of bat. Moves on to 3, 137 for 4. Woodbridge Road getting very busy now. It's that time of the day. Are we up to 5 o'clock? We're past 5, so that Woodbridge Road will get very busy. People going home from work. As round the wicket once again goes Bryony Smith, and looking to flick this leg side was Campbell. That's come off the pad. Leg by will be the signal from umpire Baldwin. There'll be 1 more to the total. But again, chance here for South East Stars to really strangle this innings, as round the wicket again goes Bryony Smith, and Davis turns this one down towards short fine leg. We'll get another single, leg by in fact, signalled by umpire Baldwin. It's a good over this from Bryony Smith. Big wicket that of Amy Jones at this stage of the innings. As round the wicket goes Bryony Smith, and this one's tucked away by Campbell into the leg side. Quick singles taken. Stonehouse does the fielding. End of the over. So 3 to go. 17 gone. Someone honking their horn along the Woodbridge Road. Never see the need for that, really. 140 then for 4. As I say, Saturday 156 for 4 for the Central Sparks. Ash Farron. Is she going to bowl from this pavilion end? No. I think it might be a little bit of Alice Capsey from this pavilion end. I think they're going to keep going with the spin. So Alice Capsey from the pavilion end bowled the first over of the piece. Alice Capsey now going to bowl the 18th over. Ash Farron a little pricey, coming back of course. First game of the season for her. 24 off 2. So Alice Capsey coming round the wicket to Campbell. Campbell's down the pitch to her. I thought she'd done her in the flight there for a second. Thick inside edge. It's going to run out towards mid-wicket. Tash Farron comes up to do the fielding. They'll pick up a single. That'll be one more to the total. 141 for 4, the Sparks. In the 18th over, 17 deliveries left of the innings. Taking her guard here is Gwen Davis, having just got out there. Eve Jones 26, Izzy Wong 45, Freeborn 11, Amy Jones 40. Gwen Davis waits with that bat raised as round the wicket goes Capsey to her, and Davis tucks this one neatly and tidily. That's a nice shot down towards fine leg. They're going to come back for 2, and the running's good as the throw comes in from Stonehouse. Nice little bit of batting that. Just waited on the back foot and then dinked it into the leg side to pick up a couple. Nicely played by Gwen Davis. She moves on to 5. 143 for 4. Capsey round the wicket once again. Down the pitch comes Davis and tucks this one down towards long on. There's Alice Davis and Richards to do the fielding. They pick up a single. One more to the total. 144 for 4. Once again, Campbell. Down the pitch she comes to Capsey. Thick outside edge. That's going to run off down towards the Danny Gregory. Gets back to do the fielding. Not where she intended. Trying to work that leg side, but picks up a couple more. 146 for 4. Campbell moves on to 6. Capsey getting through this over pretty quickly. Just getting a bit gloomy here now as well as Capsey is in, and almost does Campbell in the flight. Dance down the pitch, head came up. I'm going to swing that leg side, thick inside edge, and gets a single. She's not got anything on that. Kira Jatley would have been in the game behind the stumps, but 7 off this over so far from Alice Capsey with a ball to go. Come round the wicket here to Gwen Davis. Davis, reverse sweep, well played. That's away for 4. Picked it up on the full and reverse sweeps for 4. Really good shot that from Davis, and that brings up the 150 then for the Sparks. So they are going to go past, you would have thought, there 156 for 4 on Saturday. Bryony Smith to bowl the 19th over from the pavilion end, but that was nicely played by Gwen Davis. Reverse sweep, picked it up on the full, and knew as long as she got enough bat on it, beat the fielder, that was always going to whistle off to the boundary rope for 4 runs. Bryony Smith, a couple of wickets today for the captain. Coming round the wicket now to Campbell, and Campbell's down the pitch driving. It's nicely timed. I think Bryony Smith may have got a bit of fingertip to that. And the fielding's brilliant down there at long on. But it's away for 4. Great effort to get round to that down there at long on. But it's over the rope and away for 4. And it's Davison Richards, that is. Great effort to get round there. 155 for 4. So the Sparks come again here. Bryony Smith now 2 for 23 in her 3rd over. This will be her last over, of course, as it's the 19th. In here to Campbell, gives this lots of air, and Campbell driving down towards long off. They'll come back for 2. Throw comes in, and back goes Davis. Scampers back for the 2nd. Good cricket again, that from the Sparks pair. 157 for 4 as it's Beginning to blow a bit of a gale up here on the roof now. They've gone past their 156 as Bryony Smith is in again, and this is swung leg side by Campbell. One bounce, two bounces out towards Capsey. They'll get that for two because it's a long old boundary out there. It's good running. Good cricket again from the Sparks. Two more to Campbell. 159 for four, but it is a long old boundary out there on the leg side. South East Stars now they're going to have to bat very well today. Around the wicket comes Bryony Smith again, and like a leggy from Bryony Smith there. That's tucked away by Campbell out towards deep mid wicket, and throw is rocketed in by Capsey. That'll be one more to the total. 160 for four. Sparks waiting for Kalia Moore to go out to deep backward square. Bryony Smith comes round the wicket then. Davis reverse sweeping again. Shout for LBW. Nothing given by umpire Baldwin. Gwen Davis, one reverse sweep already of Bryony Smith that flew off to the boundary rope for four. 160 for four as Bryony Smith is round the wicket once again. That's short, quicker, pulled by Davis out towards deep mid wicket. Guess who? Alice Capsey does the fielding. As I say, she's been everywhere today, has Alice Capsey. So Bryony Smith bowls the 19th over, 10 off it. 161 for four with 1 over remaining. And Bryony Smith today, I think that's 4 overs, no maidens, 2 for 28 for Bryony Smith, 2 for 29 for Bryony Smith. And Alice Davison-Richards it will be to bowl the final over of the piece for the South East Stars, but they know they're going to be chasing a big old total here today. Bit of a natter with her captain Bryony Smith and with Freya Davis. Alice Davison-Richards, couple of wickets for her today as well. Just making sure the field's correct. Davison-Richards will come right on round the wicket to Gwen Davis. First ball, Gwen Davis swings a good length delivery from outside her off stump into the leg side. Tash Farrant comes in off the boundary rope to do the fielding. Trying to eye out that short leg side boundary there was Davis. Just a single. We'll move Gwen Davis on to 17. Back onto strike comes Amy Campbell. Partnership this between these two, 28 it's worth. And Bryony Smith has a quick chat with Alice Davison-Richards. Bring the sweeper from the cover rope up to the edge of the circle. Comes as Davison-Richards round the wicket to Campbell. Campbell swinging this one down the ground. One bounce is Alice Capsey again down there at long on. As I say, she has been everywhere today, Alice Capsey. 163 for four, although the ball does sort of tend to follow the most talented. Certainly followed Alice Capsey round today. Alice Davison-Richards, 4 balls left of the innings. Comes round the wicket on a little ramp shot, beautifully played this by Gwen Davis. That's away for 4. That's a great shot from Gwen Davis. Jumped outside her off stump and then ramped it straight down to fine leg. Lovely bit of batting that again from Gwen Davis. Impressive stuff this from Central Sparks, it really is. 167 for 4. Fine leg on the edge of the circle. It's a clever bit of batting from Gwen Davis. As I say, leapt outside her off stump, good length ball, and then just ramps it straight past short fine leg. So now Alexa Stonehouse is sent down to an orthodox fine leg position. There's Davison-Richards round the wicket once again to Davis, and Davis swings leg side, and it's good fielding from Emma Jones, diving away to her right. Single, more to the total. 168 for 4. 2 balls to go in the innings now for Central Sparks. Campbell coming back on to strike. Again, the sweeper off the cover rope comes up to an orthodox cover. And it's Davidson Richards round the wicket to Campbell. Campbell driving down the ground. Just be a single this as Freya Davis comes up. Now they're going to have to get back very quickly. That's run out. Yep. Can see why coming back with a ball to go in the innings. That'll just be the single. That's been a good innings from Gwen Davis. It really has. Good bit of work down there by Freya Davis. Had to come back for the second. We're at that stage of the innings. There'll just be a single there to the total, but very, very good innings that. On for 17, Freya Davis. Very, very good innings that. Apologies, Gwen Davis. Freya Davis with the fielding. So this is the last ball of the piece. As round the wicket then comes Alice Davidson Richards. They'll look for two again here. Now, coming sprinting back is Thea Brooks, run out. So Thea Brooks goes run out off the last ball, didn't face a ball, but had to go out there and do the running. I think that's 170 for 5. Scoreboard's saying 168. I think that might be 170 for 5, which will be a big old chase for the South East Stars. Just double check that, and then we'll be back with you in 10 minutes time with the run chase. So 6 down. I think that's 170 for 6, but we'll double check that. Scoreboard showing 169 for 5, but definitely got the single there and run out on the throw coming back. So we'll be back with you in 10 minutes time for the South East Stars run chase. I think they need 171, but it's still saying 169 for 5 on the board. I'll be back with you in 10 minutes time for the whole of the South East Stars run chase. Well, a very warm welcome back to Guildford here on BBC Radio London. So the break is over and it was 170 for 6. 170 for 6 from the Central Sparks. Very good innings that. So 171 it will be for South East Stars to win. Ailish Cranston and Bryony Smith are out there in the middle. Eva Jones was the first to go, caught by Davis off Davison Richards for 26. Then Izzy Wong caught by Jones off the bowling of Bryony Smith for 45. Amy Jones caught by Emma Jones off the bowling of Bryony Smith for 40. Abigail Freeborn caught by Stonehouse off Davison Richards for 11. Amy Campbell's 20 not out. Gwen Davis run out for 17, and Thea Brooks went out there and just had to run for 2. Got run out off the last ball of the innings. 170 for 6. Pick of the bowlers. Ash Davison Richards 2 for 27 and Bryony Smith 2 for 29. But a great start from Eve Jones and Izzy Wong. Brilliant start from them. So it will be Grace Potts to get us started from the railway end, and Bryony Smith will be on strike. Amy Jones behind the stumps. Of course, there is one slip in there as well in Abigail Freeborn. Here we go then. Potts with the first ball to Bryony Smith, who's driving out towards backward point. Won't be a run there because Gwen Davis quickly round to do the fielding. So 171 for the South East Stars to win here. Good pitch, quick outfield, long boundary through the covers for Bryony Smith. Short boundary on the leg side. Bryony Smith waits as Potts is in, and Bryony Smith has drilled this one down the ground, and that's away for 4. So first boundary for Bryony Smith of Grace Potts. And South East Stars up and running, 4 without loss in this first over. Target 171 for them. Second game of the competition for both these sides. Won their openers, and that means that straight away there is no slip now. Freeborn is sent out from slip to cover. Potts right arm over the wicket to Bryony Smith, swings this leg side, that'll be 4. It's a short leg side boundary, anything straight, and Bryony Smith will throw that bottom hand into it and look for that short leg side boundary. Couple of boundaries in this first over. Just announcing there in the power play overs, just the 2 fielders allowed outside the fielding circle. Potts comes in once again, runs towards us. Bryony Smith trying to go leg side again, and actually drives this out towards extra cover, jumping outside that off stump, trying to give herself a bit of room to go leg side. She's eyeing up that leg side boundary. Is Bryony Smith. 8 without loss in the first over. 171 the target for the South East Stars. Bryony Smith right-handed, waits again with that bat raised, just boxes over the wicket to her, and that's short, and that's going to be 4 more. That's cut away through the covers. Short and wide, that one from Potts, nicely put away by Bryony Smith. Huge talent. Bryony Smith, always good to watch. Bryony Smith attacking by nature. Off to a good start, quick start, 12 without loss. Already, Eve Jones is over having a chat with Potts about what the plan is here for Bryony Smith. Bringing third up and sticking an extra fielder on that leg side by the scoreboard out at deep mid wicket. I know exactly where Bryony Smith wants to go here. Potts is over the wicket to her. That's down the leg side. This will be wide, signalled by umpire Baldwin. Nicely taken by Amy Jones, moving away to her left. But again, Potts there is just so aware of what Bryony Smith is trying to do here. It's good from the South East Stars captain, taking the ball by the proverbial horns here in a big run chase. Smith waits again, Potts is into her, and Smith backs away and cuts once more, but straight to cover, and there is no run. So good first over that for the Stars. 13 off it, 1 down, 13 without loss. Chasing big old total, 171 to win this one. Ailish Cranstoun, who batted very well on Saturday, 56 not out. Sort of the glue, we always say glue that holds this whole thing together. Izzy Wong will get us started quick. Izzy Wong, 45 with the bat as well, so she's already had a pretty good day. She's, well, Izzy Wong is known for sort of striking hard at the top of the order, but also very well known for bowling quick. And she will get us started from this pavilion end. Left-handed Cranstoun is on strike. It's taking her guard at the moment. 56 not out on Saturday. Stars beating the Sunrisers by 6 wickets on Saturday. Sparks beat Western Storm on Saturday. Cranstoun's 56 off 46 balls with 7 fours and 1 6. Bryony Smith made 14 in that game against the Sunrisers. Izzy Wong then, her first delivery, coming in right arm over the wicket, and Cranstoun pushes this one off the back foot down towards backward point. And there is no run as Gwen Davis gets round to do the fielding. I was getting a bit concerned about all the clouds coming over Guildford. Well, they've stayed, but it's just brightened up again now, so I was a little worried there might be some rain about, but I think we're going to be all right now, as Ailish Cranstoun waits over a bat once more as Izzy Wong comes over the wicket to her. That swings, Cranstoun's forward, a good length ball, pushes this one up the ground. Emily Arlott comes up from mid-off to do the fielding. Good crowd in today. Free entry. Stars down at Beckenham on Saturday, if you fancy it. 11 o'clock start for that one against the Western Storm. I think a few more people have sort of come in now since work finished, as Wong over the wicket to Cranstoun, swing and a miss from Cranstoun. Good pace on that from Izzy Wong, and that's taken by Amy Jones off her feet, going away to her right hand side, but good pace on that delivery from Izzy Wong. Marches back towards us, just turning once more. Where's number 95? Does Izzy Wong, lovely action. Comes in over the wicket to Cranstoun, and Cranstoun drives, comes off the toe end of the bat. That potters out towards extra cover. So 4 balls in this over gone, 4 dots. Good stuff from Izzy Wong. Bryony Smith is just down the pitch to have a chat with her opening partner, Ailish Cranstoun. 13 without loss in the second over, South East Stars. Just tuning in, 171 is their target. Central Sparks 170 for 6 today, as over the wicket once again comes Wong. Short one, and Cranstoun hooking top edge. That's going to fly away. 1 bounce for 4. Fine leg on the edge of the circle. Banged in by Izzy Wong. Ailish Cranstoun hooking top edge. Flew down to that fine leg boundary rope for 4. Shows the pace that Izzy Wong's bowling at. And Ailish Cranstoun off the mark with that boundary. South East Stars 17 without loss in this second over. Fine leg on the edge of the circle. Izzy Wong is in once again to Cranstoun. Cranstoun swinging a miss, looking to go over the leg side, and just lost her shape on that shot. A touch to Cranstoun. Good over that from Izzy Wong. 2 gone then, and at this point the Sparks was 17 without loss. At this point South East Stars 17 without loss. So not a lot in this at the moment. In fact, nothing in it whatsoever. It's a bit of a committee meeting out there at the moment for the Central Sparks. Yeah, we're going to get a change in bowling. Emily Arlott's coming into the attack down there at the railway end. So Emily Arlott, 1 over of Grace Potts. Now Emily Arlott comes into the attack. Bryony Smith on strike on 12. 3 boundaries in that first over off Potts. from Bryony Smith. Again, she'll be eyeing up that leg side boundary. Short leg side boundary for Bryony Smith. Here comes Arlott from the railway end then. Right arm over the wicket, short and punched off the back foot by Bryony Smith. Will just get a single. Means it's the first time these two have crossed. First time that Ailish Cranston's come on to strike with the bowler from the railway end, the left-handed Cranston. The single for Bryony Smith. She's on to 13. South East Stars 18 without loss. Target 171. Field at the moment, 2 out, a deep backward square and a third. Yeah, third down there on the boundary. Deep third. As Arlott comes over the wicket then to Cranston. Short ball, Cranston's pulling in front of square, out towards mid-wicket. That run away for 4. Fine bit of fielding by a gentleman who was just strolling round the boundary edge there. One-handed pick up and throw back, but lovely shot from Ailish Cranston. Just back of a length and pulling through the leg side for 4. Cranston moves on to 8. Good start this for the Stars. 22 without loss in the 3rd over. Cranston waits again over a bat. Arlott's into her and Cranston's forward. Solid looking defensive shot that from Ailish Cranston. Just pushing that one back up the pitch, and Arlott doing the fielding off her own bowling. Watching on the Surrey stream, good afternoon to you. Cranston spins the bat in her hands and then settles over a stance once more. Back comes up in the air as Arlott's into a swinging leg side again. 1 bounce, 2 bounces, out towards deep backward square. They'll get the single. Move Ailish Cranston on to 9. Takes the South East Stars on to 23 without loss. Again, well struck that by Ailish Cranston. Big old leg side boundary for the left-hander with the bowler coming in from the railway end. Ooh, sound of a helicopter. Sun's out now as well, which is very nice, away to our left. Just had some dark clouds over the ground for the back end of the Central Sparks innings. Arlott's in. Here goes Bryony Smith. Swings leg side out towards deep backward square. Now just get the single. Throw comes in from Izzy Wong out there at deep backward square. One more to Bryony Smith, but again eyeing up that shortish leg side boundary was Bryony Smith. Saw Izzy Wong sling a couple into the hedge by Dap June Wharf during her innings. Brilliant innings of 45 as Arlott's into Cranston. Wowee! As Ailish Cranston got hold of this, oh dear, that has hit the fencing going up the Woodbridge Road. Gentleman there has just got the shock of his life walking in front of the fence. She has got all of that, Ailish Cranston. If the fence hadn't got in the way, that would have been in the petrol station and on the Woodbridge Road. Wow. I think it's fair to say Ailish Cranston absolutely middled that. And 6 off the final ball of the over, 30 without loss. Oh dear, just on the front foot, swung it leg side, absolutely nailed that. And there was a gentleman walking in front of the fence there. He got the shock of his life. And anybody who'd been filling up in the petrol station, had the fence not been there, alongside their expensive litre of unleaded, they'd have had a white cricket ball in there as well. Great shot from Ailish Cranston. 30 without loss. Bryony Smith on strike to Izzy Wong for the first time. Wong's in and Bryony Smith full length ball, whips it leg side. Arlott does the fielding up there at mid on. Just a single as the throw comes in. 15 now to Bryony Smith. Ailish Cranston coming back on to strike on 15. Izzy Wong having a little chat with her captain Eve Jones here. That was a heck of a shot from Ailish Cranston. So gentleman there was just strolling along in front of the fencing. The ball went straight over his head, hit the fence and came landing by his feet. Izzy Wong charging in once again. Over the wicket to the left-handed Cranston, and Cranston off the front foot. Hits this one hard again. Out there to Thea Brooks at cover. And there is no run. Cranston just rehearsing, trying to run that one down towards third. Izzy Wong again, just having a chat with Eve Jones. Fine leg goes from the edge of the circle down to an orthodox fine leg, and then deep backward square comes up to the edge of the circle. Fourth over. 171 required. Another 140 from here. Oh, Izzy Wong goes back of a length. Looking to pull off that front foot was Cranston. Got nothing on it. There was half a shout from behind the stumps from Amy Jones. I think Izzy Wong may have just got away with that one. That's exactly where Cranston wanted it. Short leg side boundary, just pulled deep backward square up to the edge of the circle. Eilish Cranston will feel she's missed out a little bit there. Any bat on that would have been 4 or 6. Izzy Wong is over the wicket once again to Cranston. Short, and this is pulled again by Cranston, and didn't get all of this. Fielding's done at square leg eventually by Amy Campbell, but again, might feel she's just missed out a little bit there. Eilish Cranston, she's setting herself up for that. She wants to go to that leg side, to that short leg side boundary. Just absolutely nail one off Arlott from the railway end. She didn't really get hold of. Bryony Smith waits with the bat raised as Wong is in, short one, and Smith is letting this one go. Outside her off stump, then just practices helping it up and over and down to third. There's a little survey of the field again. Good pace though from Izzy Wong. She is quick. Izzy Wong. Bryony Smith and Eilish Cranston sort of decided, as long as we get bat on it, then every chance it will just fly down to the boundary rope in this first 6 from Izzy Wong. Wong is in once again, over the wicket to Smith. That's another short one. Smith is just swaying inside that, looks towards square leg. Nothing from umpire Baldwin. End of the over from Izzy Wong. Just 2 off it, good over that from Izzy Wong. 32 without loss after 4 then. South East Stars here on BBC Radio London and the Surrey live stream. And this, the Charlotte Edwards Cup. Second game for both these sides. Looks like Arlott will continue. Emily Arlott to continue down there at the railway end. This will be the 5th over. Now, Emily Arlott, in the last over, the final ball, got swung for a huge 6 from Eilish Cranston. She's got Cranston on strike here. The start of this 5th over. Eilish Cranston settling over her batters. Here comes Arlott towards us, over the wicket to Cranston. It's gone fuller of length this time. Cranston something on that. Rolls down to short fine. I think this might be leg by, signal by umpire Paul Baldwin. It certainly is. It's another run to the total. Brings Bryony Smith back onto strike. 33 without loss the Stars. Wasn't going to go short there to Eilish Cranston though. Arlott got the ball much further up the bat on that occasion. Fine leg comes up to the edge of the circle. Hannah Baker. Arlott's over the wicket here to Bryony Smith. Smith has gone down the ground. Got a fair amount of this. Hasn't got all of it. 1 bounce, 2 bounces and away for 4. Down to that long on boundary rope. Length delivery from Arlott. And Bryony Smith has just swung through that. As I say, didn't get all of it. But away for 4 it goes. Bryony Smith moves on to 19. South East Stars move on to 37 without loss. Get a long on in now. So deep third comes up to the edge of the circle there, Thea Brooks. Arlott right arm over the wicket. Well, that's the slower one, but that's too wide outside the off stump, and umpire Baldwin signals wide. Another run to the total for the South East Stars. 38 without loss. South East Stars. Just back of the hand slower ball that looked like from Arlott. Just pushed it a little too wide of that off stump. Wide the signal as Arlott comes in once again, past umpire Baldwin to Bryony Smith. Short one, Bryony Smith pulls this. Oh, and is dropped by Izzy Wong out there at deep backward square. Got a lot of it, Bryony Smith, and the throw, there'll be overthrows here as well. It's a chaotic bit of cricket, that, out there in the middle. And as it is, Bryony Smith picks up a couple of runs, but hammered it. Izzy Wong got both hands to it, down it went, then hurled the ball in, and they pick up a couple of runs. 21 without loss. 21 for Bryony Smith, apologies, 40 without loss. But it's a fairly chaotic bit of cricket all round, that. Arlott's in again, over the wicket to Bryony Smith, swing and a miss from Bryony Smith. Well bowled by Arlott. Bryony Smith again high up that shorter leg side boundary. Taken by Amy Jones, moving away to her right. But as I say, Bryony Smith hit that very hard. Izzy Wong hardly had to move, but sort of hit the hands and ricocheted out. A couple of kids just running behind the side screen down there at the railway end. So they're now heading off into the wild blue yonder. And Bryony Smith is settling herself down over her bat once more as Arlott's over the wicket to her, and Bryony Smith works this one leg side. Izzy Wong will do the fielding out there at square leg. Oh dear, and the throw again goes straight over the top of Amy Jones. The adrenaline's pumping a bit there for Izzy Wong. Throw went straight over the top of Amy Jones. 41 without loss. Here's Cranston coming back on to strike on 16. Emily Arlott. Final ball of the over. Comes in over the wicket to Cranston. Full length delivery driven by Cranston, and fielding's good up at mid-off. They'll just get the single. Tumbling stop by Sarah Glenn up there, and they pick up a single. So 5 gone. It's nicely poised, all this. After 5, Central Sparks were 51 without loss. After 5, South East Stars 42 without loss. Chat between Bryony Smith and Ailish Cranston. It's a good surface, this, here at Guildford. Izzy Wong will bowl her 3rd over, the 6th over from this pavilion end. Just wandered across, and I think a little apology there to Emily Arlott from Izzy Wong for dropping that catch in the last over. Ailish Cranston on strike here. Izzy Wong is into her, and Cranston just works this one off her legs down towards long leg. They'll take a single. Cranston neat and tidy as always. Moves on to 18. South East Stars moving on to 43 without loss. This is the final over of the power play then for the South East Stars. Central Sparks were 58 without loss after the first 6 overs. Izzy Wong coming right arm over the wicket to Bryony Smith. It's short, and Bryony Smith looks to cut, beats the edge. Feels she's missed out there. Well, Bryony Smith sort of looks to the heavens, does Bryony Smith, after missing out on that one. Sound of a siren going off somewhere down the Woodbridge Road. Gentleman on a motorbike going far too fast there. Needs to be slowing down. Izzy Wong ready once again. Runs away from us from this pavilion end over the wicket to Bryony Smith, full of length and driven by Bryony Smith. Doesn't time this at all. Arlott gets across to do the fielding. Here the Central Sparks out there. Lots of encouragement for Izzy Wong. Only went for 2 in her last over. Bryony Smith waiting once more on 22. Izzy Wong comes striding over the wicket to Bryony Smith, down the pitch to her, and clips it in the air, and is dropped by Arlott at mid-on. Well, of course, Izzy Wong dropped Bryony Smith off Arlott in the last over. Arlott just dropped Bryony Smith off Izzy Wong. So I suppose they're equal now. There's another life for Bryony Smith. Izzy Wong's actually got a grin on her face as she walks back towards us, but as I say, they've each dropped Bryony Smith off each other's bowling now. Varlott and Wong. Wong's going to come round the wicket to Ailish Cranston. Cranston left-handed, swings this top edge high in the air. Amy Jones will take this with the gloves. Yep, Amy Jones taking the catch. Ailish Cranston eyeing up that shorter leg side boundary. Top edge went high in the air, and Amy Jones very safe under that with the gloves. Put her name on it. Takes it very nicely indeed. But Ailish Cranston, good start, quick start. Cranston gone for 18 in the 6th over. Final one of the power play. 44 for 1. And Alice Capsey makes her way out there into the middle to join Bryony Smith, who's still there on 23. As Bryony Smith had a couple of lives, but looking to swing that one into the leg side. Ailish Cranston top edge high in the air, and Amy Jones very safe under that. Brilliant keeper Amy Jones, and with the gloves on, put her name on it, took the catch. So 44 for 1 the South East Stars. Alice Capsey takes her guard out there in the middle. 14 in the opening game of the summer for the South East Stars at Sunrisers on Saturday for Alice Capsey. Izzy Wong coming in over the wicket to Capsey, and Capsey's first ball punched off the back foot straight down to backward point, and there is no run. So good over again from Izzy Wong, showing a terrific game. Izzy Wong 45 off 28 balls with 5 fours and 2 sixes with the bat. Now the wicket of Ailish Cranston. So after 6, that's the end of the power play. 44 for 1 after 6. Central Sparks were 58 without loss. Arlott's going to continue down there from the railway end of the ground. So you can get 4 out now. Eve Jones wants a long on in there for Bryony Smith. So long on, long off. Fine leg and third are going to come up to the edge of the circle. There's going to be 2 back on that leg side boundary as well for Bryony Smith, that shorter leg side boundary. So Emily Arlott to bowl the 7th over. Bryony Smith on 23 as Arlott's over the wicket to Bryony Smith, who's chipping this one straight over the top of Arlott down towards long off. They'll take the single. That will move Bryony Smith on to 24. Stars moving on to 45 for 1. Alice Capsey, having just got out there, faced the 1 ball so far of Izzy Wong. Alice Capsey now on strike here to Emily Arlott. Hugely talented cricketer, of course, is Alice Capsey. Waits over her bat as Arlott comes in over the wicket to her, and Capsey's forward and will get off the mark, just nudging this one into the leg side, out there towards deep mid-wicket. They'll stroll the single. 1 more to the total. First run for Alice Capsey. Moves on to 146 for 1. Back onto strike comes the South East Stars captain, Bryony Smith on 24 as Arlott comes in over the wicket to Bryony Smith, and Smith swings this one leg side. She's got enough of this. That's 6. Great shot, Bryony Smith. She's sort of been trying that a couple of times and hasn't really timed it, but that one she swung into a group of supporters on their white plastic chairs, and that brings up the 50 for the South East Stars. Bryony Smith moves on to 30, but that sounded good as it hit the bat from Bryony Smith. Arlott's over the wicket to her again. Slower ball, and Bryony Smith's cutting, and it's a good bit of work there going round to her left from Gwen Davis at backward point. There's no run. If that had got past Gwen Davis, I think that one would have run away for another boundary. She wants a new pair of gloves, Bryony Smith. she hit that 6, just signalled back towards South East Stars dugout and asked for another pair of gloves as Harlot's over the wicket to her here, and she's just tucking this one into the leg side. Will pick up 1, might think about 2. Could be very sensible because the throw's coming in now, so Capsey stays where she is. Bryony Smith moves on to 31. Stars move on to 53 for 1. Another 118 required. And this is the 7th of their 20 overs here on BBC Radio London. And the Surrey live stream. As over the wicket once again comes Arlott to Capsey. Oh, hello, that's in Dapjune Wharf. Don't even bother looking for that. Oh, it's come straight back off a tree. What a shot that is from Alice Capsey. That's come straight off the branches of one of the trees down by Dapjune Wharf and has come straight back. Otherwise, that ball would have got a bit wet. What a shot that is from Alice Capsey. Most gorgeous swing of the bat for 6. Alice Capsey moves on to 7. 7 overs gone, 59 for 1. Well, we've seen 2 enormous 6s already from the South East Stars here. Ailish Cranston straight into the fencing off the Woodbridge Road, and that one from Alice Capsey straight into the trees along Dapjune Wharf. It's a good job those trees got in the way. As I say, that ball would have got a bit wet otherwise. Change of bowling down here at the pavilion then. Hannah Baker replacing Izzy Wong. Bowled nicely did Izzy Wong, but now Hannah Baker coming into the attack. What a shot that was from Alice Capsey though. Cool dear, didn't half get hold of that. So Izzy Wong, 3 overs, no maidens, 1 for 8. Outstanding figures, had a brilliant game. So start of the 8th over, and the leggies of Baker. This is turned leg side by Bryony Smith. Good running. Steep mid wicket's got a long way to come up, and Capsey scampers back for 2. It's good running, sensible cricket that from Capsey and Smith. Smith moves on to 33. 61 for 1. Big boundary to work with. Baker's in, and oh, well bowled. That just skids a touch as Bryony Smith was looking to cut that. Beats the outside edge, nicely taken. As always by Amy Jones behind the stumps. Baker's in again. Smith just turns this one into the leg side. Just be a single this time because Baker can get round to do the fielding off her own bowling. Bryony Smith moves on to 34. 62 for 1. And it's Capsey. Survey of the field. And settles herself down over a bat. Baker over the wicket. Reverse sweep is out for Capsey. Dropped at backward point. Hit it very hard. Did Alice Capsey straight away. The reverse sweep. Absolutely hammered that. And I think Sarah Glenn, I think it is there, sort of hit the hands, went straight through, burst through the hands. Great shot though from Alice Capsey. On to 11 now. Baker's in again to her, and she's sweeping this time. That's hitting the pad. Runs down towards short fine. And there's no run, but Alice Capsey letting Baker bowl to her. Straight away reverse sweep as Baker's in again. Capsey backs away, looks to cut. That beats the edge and melts into the gloves of Amy Jones. Interesting over that from Baker. 8 gone. So they're ahead of where Central Sparks were now, the South East Stars. After 8, Central Sparks was 64 for 1. South East Stars 66 for 1. What are we getting here at the railway end? Sarah Glenn coming into the attack down there at the railway end. So Sarah Glenn comes into the attack at the railway end of the ground. Spin from either end at the moment. Yet again, Bryony Smith will be eyeing up that leg side boundary off towards Dapjune Wharf. Sarah Glenn then coming in over the wicket, and this is cut by Bryony Smith out towards extra cover, and there is no run. Glenn gets through her overs very quickly. She's in again here, tosses this one up. That's slung off the front foot by Bryony Smith. That's going to run away for 4. Again, leg side. That short leg side boundary. Bryony Smith is going to take anything on her stumps and go leg side at the moment. On to 38 she is. 70 for 1 the South East Stars, so 101 required from here from the Stars. Glenn's in again. Smith goes leg side once more. Out there towards deep mid-wicket. And they will pick up a single. Nicely bowled by Sarah Glenn. Just toss that one up a little bit more to Bryony Smith. Capsey comes back onto strike on 11. 100 needed for the South East Stars. In this, the 9th over as Glenn's in. Here goes Capsey down the ground using her feet. Hits this pretty hard down there towards long on. Doesn't get all of it though, just be a single. Fielding's good from Central Sparks. 72 for 1. Just torn a hole in my jeans. It's never good. As Bryony Smith waits once again on 39. Glenn's in. Smith again drilling this one all along the carpet down towards long off. They'll take the single. Well bowled by Sarah Glenn. Again, just gave that one a little bit of air to Bryony Smith. She's brave today. Bryony Smith's on to 40 here. Back onto strike comes Capsey. Glenn's in and Capsey 6 more. Slog sweepings, got a lot of that. As Alice Capsey. Again, it's that short leg side boundary. And again, that soars away for 6. Great shot from Alice Capsey. 6 off the last ball of the over. 9 gone then. 79 for 1 the South East Stars. But Capsey 6-6-4 now from Alice Capsey. Lovely swing at the bat. That sweep shot straight into the fencing in front of Dapdune Wharf. Good stuff from Alice Capsey. Really positive this at the moment from the South East Stars. Baker to continue from the pavilion end. 92 more required as this is short. This is pulled by Bryony Smith down the ground. 1 bounce to Arlott down below us at long on. So we'll be at the halfway point after this over. After 10, Central Sparks were 80 for 1. Exactly where South East Stars are now, as this one's tossed up, picked up on the full by Capsey, whipped out towards deep mid-wicket. Grace Potts comes up to do the fielding. Just another single. 1 more to the total, 1 more to Alice Capsey. She moves on to 19. Stars 81 for 1 in the 10th. Here goes Bryony Smith. Oh dear, this has gone horribly wrong from Bryony Smith's point of view. She was looking to swing that leg side. Got a top edge on it. It went straight up in the air. Trying to put that on the Woodbridge Road. And Amy Jones taking a very simple catch. And Bryony Smith goes for 41. Amy Jones almost collided with Bryony Smith trying to take that catch. Had to sort of push her out the way quite rightly. But Bryony Smith getting her side off to a really quick start there. And looking to go towards that Woodbridge Road. Tash Farrant's making her way out there at number 4. So 81 for 2 now. The Stars. Baker with the wicket there of Bryony Smith, but it's a bit short. Bryony Smith trying to go. The leg side ended up being a top edge. Looped in the air. Amy Jones put her name on it once again. Taking a couple now off the top edges. Amy Jones in this South East Stars innings. So it's going to be Tash Farrant out there in the middle. Left-hander, of course, is Tash Farrant, batting at 4 in this one for the South East Stars. Got the left and the right-hand combination out there at the moment. There's 2 right-handers for the spinners to bowl at. Now they've got the left and the right-hander out there with Tash Farrant. Round the wicket then comes Baker. Farrant's first ball, she drives elegantly out towards cover. And there's no run, but nicely bowled again by Baker. Tossed that one up, coming round the wicket to Tash Farrant. Baker in again to Farrant. Farrant backs away, cuts down towards backward point. Quick singles taken. Farrant, oh, the throw. If that had hit at the bowler, then she was struggling. Put the dive in. I think if that had hit, Tash Farrant could have been in trouble. Tash Farrant off the mark with a scrambled single. Brings Alice Capsey back onto strike on 19. Capsey's gone, stumped. Looked to come down the pitch and go leg side. Baker saw her coming. Quicker ball. Amy Jones did the rest. The big wicket, big over this. And well bowled by Hannah Baker. She's got rid of Bryony Smith and now she's got rid of Alice Capsey in this over. And Alice Capsey there looks very disappointed as she makes her way off. Came down the pitch and then looked to swing across the line as Baker saw her coming and fired it in, and Amy Jones was just waiting behind the stumps to whip off the bail, so that changes things now. 82 for 3, 2 in that 10th over. Good over from Hannah Baker, and Alice Davison-Richards making her way out there into the middle, and that was the last ball of the over, so 10 gone. 82 for 3. Really does change the complexion of this innings, because Bryony Smith and Alice Capsey were going along very nicely there, and they've both gone in the same over from Hannah Baker. Sarah Glenn. Tash Farrant has only been out there a couple of balls, so 2 fresh batters at the crease really. Glenn's in, and this is drilled off the front foot by Tash Farrant, straight out there towards Izzy Wong. Izzy Wong does the fielding and there's no run, so they're going to have to take a little bit of time rebuilding this. Tash Farrant and Alice Davison-Richards. As Tash Farrant, as I say that, slings one straight down the ground. One bounce for a single. Down there to long on, didn't get all of it. Tash Farrant brings the very experienced Alice Davison-Richards out there into the middle. 83 for 3. Davison-Richards very good with the ball today against the Sunrisers on Saturday. 7 she made as her first ball, the right-handed Davison-Richards just punches straight back up the pitch. Glenn does the fielding off her own bowling and there's no run. Good middle overs these for Sparks. As it's off the mark here is Davison-Richards. Googly from Glenn, I think. Sees it, spots it and pushes it away down the ground towards long on. Davison-Richards off the mark. 84 for 3. South East Stars in the 11th. Sarah Glenn just waits for the field to settle, then comes around the wicket to Tash Farrant. Farrant nudges this one into the leg side and they'll get a single. Little bit of a hesitation there from Alice Davison-Richards. There's always a single there. They pick up a single. One more to the total. One more to Tash Farrant. She moves on to 3. 85 for 3 now as Glenn is in. And this is pushed by Davison-Richards off the back foot down the ground towards long off. They'll stroll another single. One more to the total. That target, just a reminder, the target 171. End of the over from Glenn, and again she's just whipped through that over. 86 for 3. South East Stars. Hannah Baker will continue from this pavilion end of the ground. Alice Davison-Richards will be on strike. Sound of another motorbike going up the Woodbridge Road. It's very noisy motorbikes in Guildford. Been here in quite a few times over the years now. Always a noisy motorbike or two. Here is Baker with her leg breaks and forward goes Davison-Richards. Turns this one down the ground towards Arliss at long on. They'll stroll a single. One more to the total. One more to Davison-Richards. She moves on to 3. 87 for 3. Tash Farrant, little survey of the field, and then round the wicket will come Baker. Forward goes Farrant, nicely placed, just pushes this one Out towards the sweeper on the cover right, will take a single. Tash Farrant moves on to 4. 88 for 3. Lovely evening now. Sun's come through the clouds. Very nice out here on the terrace. Alice Davison-Richards. Now, they'll think about 2 here. She's trying to whip that leg side. It came off the bottom of her bat, but quickly up was Grace Potts from deep mid-wicket. They'd have thought about 2 there for a second, but Potts did very well. Got off the boundary rope quickly and then got the throw in the air. 1 more to the total, 89 for 3. Baker round the wicket once again here to Farrant. Farrant looks to cut, gets nothing on this. It's the gloves of Amy Jones. Ricochets away down towards short fine. The 2 spinners here, Glenn and Baker, are doing a terrific job for the Central Sparks. Another noisy motorbike, you see. Baker's in, reverse sweep is out, and Farrant again gets nothing on this. It's hitting the pads this time, I think, of Amy Jones. Really are absolutely shutting this South East Stars innings down at the moment. Baker and Glenn as a combination. Those 2 wickets in her last over, absolutely crucial. As looking to punch off the back foot is Farrant. That one runs down towards backward point, and again there's no run. Good over again that from Hannah Baker. Just feel the pressure beginning to build here on the Stars. 89 for 3. So in the last 4 overs, just the 10 runs and the 2 wickets, and they're a big 2 wickets. Bryony Smith for 41 and Alice Capsey for 19. Sarah Glenn to bowl the 13th over. 7 left after this one. 8 remaining, 82 required. Glenn is in to Alice Davison-Richards, short ball, and Davison-Richards just clubs this off the back foot down the ground towards long on. Takes a single. 90 apologies for 3. Davison-Richards on to 5. Back onto strike comes Tash Farrant. Round the wicket goes Glenn. Farrant, oh, look to go down the ground. This is high in the air. This is high in the air, and this is caught. I think it's Emily Arlott there who's taken the catch, and Farrant goes, and this South East Stars innings is beginning to fall away now. And again, it's Glenn, it's spin that's doing this to them. It's good stuff from the Central Sparks. Farrant gone for 4. 90 for 4 now. The South East Stars in the 13th over. Yep, and Arlott with the catch. So, gone for 4. Tash Farrant 90 for 4 now. South East Stars. This brings Emma Jones out to the middle. Join Alice Davison-Richards. Tash Farrant wanders back looking disappointed. 90 for 4. It's a good catch that from Arlott. In this wind as well. It was up there a while. Made it look very straightforward. Good stuff this from the Central Sparks. So, Emma Jones is out there in the middle. 90 for 4. She was out first ball on Saturday. Emma Jones got an opportunity here though with Alice Davison-Richards. Very experienced, of course, Alice Davison-Richards. Emma Jones stands with that bat high in the air, drills one back. Oh, she's gone first ball in this game as well, because she's drilled it straight back at Sarah Glenn, and Sarah Glenn takes the catch. So for Emma Jones, 2 first ballers can happen, and she's be so disappointed with that. Struck it really well, but straight back at the bowler. Sarah Glenn taking a good catch off her own bowling. Now it gets really difficult. Kira Chatley makes her way out to the middle to join Alice Davison-Richards. So Emma Jones goes first ball. Sarah Glenn and Hannah Baker here. Just working this out. 4 wickets in the last 4 overs between these two. And they were sitting very happily at 81 for 1 in the 10th. Now we're in the 13th, 90 for 5. South East Stars. Kira Chatley out there in the middle. 26 not out against the Sunrisers. Glenn's into her and she's all ramping straight away here. Here's Kira Chatley. That just hit Amy Jones and ricochets away down to backward point, and there's no run, but immediately looking to ramp the ball straight over Amy Jones there was Kira Chatley. Glenn's in again to her, and Chatley punches off the back foot, and the fielding's excellent out there in the covers. And there is no run. 81 still required by the South East Stars, but they've only got 5 wickets left. In comes Glenn again. Chatley's forward, can't find a run. Lovely control there from Sarah Glenn. That's a super over from Sarah Glenn. It really is. Couple of wickets in it. She was on a hat trick. 13 gone. 90 for 5. And just thinking about this actually, it's quite a brave shot that to the hat trick ball, the ramp shot. 90 for 5 then. And Hannah Baker, who's bowled really nicely today, will bowl her final delivery of her spell today. It's her 4th over. Alice Davison-Richards is on strike. Baker is in to Davison-Richards. There'll be runs here, just tucking this one into the leg side. Pick up a single. One more to the total. One more to Alice Davison-Richards. That brings Kira Chatley onto strike here for the first time to Hannah Baker this afternoon. Baker is in. Chatley, oh, that's almost bolder. Looking to work it leg side. Let's run away down towards the boundary rope. I think this will be buys, but it's almost bolder. It's through her as she played the shot. Looking to work it leg side. And it went in between her inside edge of the bat and the stumps. Chatley swings this one leg side. 1 bounce, 2 bounces out towards deep mid wicket. They will pick up a couple, just a single in fact. Very good fielding out there. One more to the total. Chatley gets off the mark with that single. Baker is into Davison-Richards, nudges leg side. Think about 2, but again, fielding is very good getting in off the boundary rope. Just one more to the total. Very impressive this from the Central Sparks. Baker is in. Chatley cuts edgy down towards third. Chases on. Izzy Wong does very well there. Gets a hand to it. And they only pick up a couple. That was racing off down to the boundary rope for 4. Chatley moves on to 3, but already you feel the South East Stars need some boundaries. 97 for 5. Baker in again. Oh, she's trying the ramp again. Chatley, she's got bad on it this time. And she'll get a single. I apologise to Gwen Davis. It was Gwen Davis. My eyes are terrible. Gwen Davis did that brilliant bit of work down there at third. And there we go. Hannah Baker's figures. 2 for 19. Outstanding figures today. It's bowled really, really well. And 98 for 5, the South East Stars. So 6 overs remaining. They need 73. That is a tough ask from here for Messrs Davison-Richards and Chatley. It's doable, but it's going to be a tough ask. Sarah Glenn. Is there a Grand Prix on that I don't know about? Here is Sarah Glenn then. In over the wicket to Chatley from the railway end. This the 15th over. Chatley nudges leg side. Just take a single. One more to the total. 99 for 5. Sound of a cuckoo somewhere nearby. Very pleasant indeed. And it's Davison-Richards on 7. Glenn is in. Davison-Richards works this one down towards long on. They'll stroll another single. More to Davison-Richards. 100 up. for the South East Stars in the 15th over. Just to give you an idea, Central Sparks 100 came up in the 13th. Here goes Chatley down the ground. Doesn't really get hold of this, just a single. To use her feet to Sarah Glenn, but Baker and Glenn have done a wonderful job here. Spin from either end. They've sort of shut this South East Stars run chase down. As great control from both of them. Glenn's in again, and this is punched by Davison Richards off the back foot, out there towards extra cover. And there is no run. Davison Richards has a survey of the field. Want to go leg side, but she's going against the turn. If she does that, as turns this one into the leg side, will take a single. Again, lovely control from Sarah Glenn. Lovely bowler to watch is Sarah Glenn. 102 for 5. Davison Richards moves on to 9. Back onto strike comes Kira Chatley on 6. 69 more required in the 15th. That one's tossed up, and Chatley's looked to sweep. It's beaten everything and everybody. It's running away down towards the boundary rope. Oh, good boot on this. Just keeps the ball inside the boundary rope. Baker with the throw. That was an excellent bit of work from Gwen Davis again. Good bit of footwork. And 2 for 22 for Sarah Glenn at the end of her 4 overs. So Glenn and Baker together, 4 for 41 off their 8. Outstanding. 104 for 5. 5 overs to go for the South East Stars. 67 required of 5. So as I say, that's a tough ask from here. They need to start finding the boundary. Messrs Chatley and Davison Richards. Very impressive from the Central Sparks. With Bryony Smith and Alice Capsey together, they were on target, South East Stars, but then that 10th over, Baker getting rid of Smith and Capsey, and then Glenn, 2 in 2, Farrant and Jones. And now it's looking a big ask this. Grace Potts into the attack with Amy Jones up to the stumps from the pavilion end. Davison Richards on strike, and Davison Richards driving down the ground will just be a single. But again, they need boundaries here, the South East Stars. They need a big over now, really. One more to the total, 105 for 5. Davison Richards moves on to 10. Potts ready to come in once again. Over the wicket to Chatley. Chatley off the back foot, hammers this into the covers. It will just be a single though. One more to the total. So the boundaries are completely dried up now for the South East Stars. 106 for 5. Potts. Where's number 9? Turns below us. Elbows pumping, comes over the wicket to Davison Richards, and Davison Richards, no room on that really to work with, so can only punch it down to Sarah Glenn at long off. Just the single. One more to the total. That's the sound of my pages in my books rattling as the wind gets up again. It does feel like there could be a thunderstorm about the place at the moment. Potts is wanting a change in the field, just having a chat with her captain Eve Jones. Going to get a sweeper out on the cover right, and that'll bring deep backward square up to the edge of the circle. Potts coming into Chatley. Chatley's down the pitch, driving, good shot, up and over the top of extra cover and away for 4. They need a few more of those. Great effort from that gentleman sat there doing his scoring. Got his boot on the ball. Good work from that gentleman. 111 for 5. Good shot that from Kira Chatley. It's a lovely looking scoreboard. Both batters on 11, and it's 111. Nice symmetry to that scoreboard at the moment. As Potts over the wicket once again to Chatley. Chatley goes outside her off stump and then just helps it into the leg side. Will take a single. Wong does the fielding. One more to the total. Helicopter flying overhead. 112 for 5. Davison Richards comes back onto strike on 11. Good over this from Grace Potts. Be happy to come out of this with just the one boundary in the over. As Potts is in, slower ball, bowls Davison Richards. I think she's possibly got a little inside edge on that. Looking to swing it leg side, slower ball, and Alice Davison Richards has gone. Bowled by Potts for 11, and this is looking very much like a win now for the Central Sparks, and they've been good value for it today. They really have. They've been good with the bat, good with the ball. Picked up their wickets at just the right times, actually. And Stonehouse makes her way out to the middle. Alexa Stonehouse. But this is a huge job now. 59 off 4. Kira Jatley on a 12. So you had to try that. Alice Davison Richards knew that the South East Stars needed boundaries. Last ball of the over, slower balls. Trying to sling that leg side, but I think a thick inside edge straight back onto her stumps. So 4 overs left. Emily Arlott comes into the attack down there at the railway end, replacing Sarah Glenn, who was outstanding with the ball for the Central Sparks. So now Emily Arlott is back into the attack. 4 overs left, 59 required. Kira Chatley on strike on 12 as Arlott's over the wicket to her. Chatley pulls. Doesn't really time this. We'll get a single. This will bring Alexa Stonehouse onto strike for the first time. Chatley moves on to 13, 113 for 6 now, the South East Stars. It's all getting quite rattly up here on the roof. All sorts of bits are blowing about the place. Alexa Stonehouse waits over her bat as Arlott's into it, and Stonehouse, nice looking shot, just punches off the back foot out towards the sweeper on the cover rope. Just a single. Stonehouse off the mark, and 114 for 6, going too fast again, that gentleman on his motorbike up the Woodbridge Road, revving his engine. Really understood anybody who sort of in a slow area decides to rev their engine. Not going to go any faster. In over the wicket once again. Oh, it's a slower ball, and Kira Jatley tried to get bat on that. She'll be thankful that Amy Jones wasn't up to the stumps. Couple of bounces into the gloves of Amy Jones. Another dot ball. 114 for 6. Again, that target 171. But we're in the 17th over of the South East Stars innings, as this is nicely picked up by Chatley. One bounce out towards deep mid-wicket. Fielding's excellent. Very good in the field. A couple of drop catches, but same with the South East Stars, actually. So keeping the 2s to 1s. More to the total. 115 for 6. Arlott runs towards us once again. Right arm over the wicket to Stonehouse. Stonehouse short ball, cuts it out to backward point, won't get a run. Just trying to beat the field, but sort of the pressure's building and building and building here. And Central Sparks have been very good value for this today. Bit to think about for the South East Stars. Only the second game of the competition, of course, as in over the wicket comes Arlott, and Stonehouse, oh, this could be out. Yep, this just chipped it straight to mid-off. So Stonehouse had to try and get on with it, but goes for one. This game is coming to a fairly rapid conclusion here. Arlott with the wicket, Stonehouse gone for one. South East Stars 115 for 7 now. I think that was the last ball of the over. So Clea Moore will make her way out to the middle. So Grace Potts with the catch. 115 for 7. 3 overs to go. Chatley on 14. 56 required off 3. And there's a punch of gloves between Clea Moore and Kira Chatley. Chatley will be on strike. Chatley with 14 to her name. Got to just keep swinging from the hip here, really, the South East Stars. Grace Potts continuing from this pavilion end. And the right-handed Chatley on strike on 14's played nicely so far. It's coming at a very difficult time, of course. As Chatley, there's the ramp again, reverse ramp. She's going to go here. Yep, she's caught. Just trying to dink it down to the boundary rope for 4, but had to try something, Chatley. And goes for 14, and it's 115 for 8. And as I say, we're sort of rapidly heading towards the end of this one. And Potts has a second wicket in as many overs. Chatley gone for 14. And it's 115 for 8. That will bring Freya Davis out to the middle. Two fresh batters out there in Davis and Moore. So 115 for 8. In the 18th over, 56 more needed, just 2 wickets left. Freya Davis may as well just throw the bat here as well, because South East Stars are not going to be making 56 in 2.5 overs. And Central Sparks, as I say, have been very good value for this today. Very impressive performances from Central Sparks today against the current champions, of course, and holders of the Charlotte Edwards Cup. Freya Davis's first ball. Potts is in, it's a full toss, and Davis gets us into the leg side as Wong gets round to do the fielding. Fantastic start to the innings for Central Sparks. Eve Jones and Izzy Wong. Amy Jones, very good innings of 40. Really, it was that 10th over for the South East Stars where Smith and Capsey both went. As now this is clubbed down the ground. 1 bounce and away for 4. So Moore's first delivery on a length and clubbed it straight down the ground. 1 bounce for 4. Nice shot to get started. It's just going full of length, and Moore coming up and over the top, and 1 bounce and away for 4 runs. She waits again. Potts comes over the wicket to her with Amy Jones up to the stumps. Moore drives against time. This very nicely down towards Sarah Glenn at long off. Just be a single. There will be 1 more to the total. 1 more for Moore. She moves on to 5. 121 for 8. Back onto strike comes Freya Davis. Potts is over the wicket to Davis. Full toss again, and Davis hammers this one down towards long on. They'll take the single. 1 more to Freya Davis. 1 more to the total. 122 for 8. Davis moves on to 2. Back onto the strike comes Moore. Grace Potts is over the wicket to Moore. Moore swings into the leg side, toe end of the bat. Just a single this will be, out towards Izzy Wong. That'll be 1 more to the total, so good over from Potts. 18 gone then, 2 remaining here for the South East Stars on BBC Radio London. 123 for 8 they are. So that's 49 required off 2. So this will be a win for the Central Sparks. Very good performance from them. That'll be 2 out of 2 for the Central Sparks. And first loss for the South East Stars. Izzy Wong is going to bar the penultimate over down there from the railway end of the ground. So Izzy Wong into the attack from that railway end. One, 2, 3 for 8. More on 5. Izzy Wong coming in over the wicket to Moore, and Moore slower one, gets nothing on this. That's nicely bowled by Izzy Wong. Just sort of setting herself up for a quick delivery, and then Izzy Wong out the back of the hand. That slower ball, very nicely bowled by Izzy Wong. So a good game as Izzy Wong, 123 for 8. Really though, I think the turning point in this was when Baker and Glenn bowled their overs together. Izzy Wong is in once more, and that one's another slow wide delivery. That one will be signalled wide by umpire Baldwin. To the total, still 11 balls left in the game, but 47 needed by the South East Stars. Waits again, does Moore with that bat raised high in the air. Izzy Wong is over the wicket to her. There's the short one, quick one, and it's good delivery that. Moore trying to pull that, but it was past her and into the gloves of Amy Jones. So good bit of bowling that from Izzy Wong. Tried a couple of slower balls and then bangs one in at Kalia Moore. Izzy Wong turns again with the big sight screens behind her. Then comes over the wicket. This is swung leg side by Moore in the air, and one bounce and away for 4. Emily Arlott did come round, but sort of ran out of space there. And one bounce and away for 4, and Moore moves on to 10. 128 for 8. Didn't really get all of it. I think Emily Arlott was very aware of where her feet were and where the boundary rope was. Izzy Wong is in once again over the wicket. More slower ball, well bowled. Izzy Wong. To say Kalia Moore was through that shot early would be an understatement. She actually played that shot yesterday. Nice bit of bowling that from Izzy Wong. Threw it so early. Moore. And just went past the outside edge, one bounce, and into the gloves of Amy Jones. Izzy Wong comes in over the wicket once again. That's the short one, and that's well bowled, that's quick. And Moore trying to hook that. It's gone past her outside edge, so slower, quick. Very good bowling that from Izzy Wong. There's one ball to go in this over, and then just the one over remaining. 43 required by the South East Stars. Turns again in the distance, and then comes in over the wicket, does Wong to Moore. More slower ball, just chips it in the air. Oh, she's going to get a single. There's a little misfield there at extra cover, which means Moore will keep the strike for the final over. So final over, 129 for 8. We've got one over to go here, and this will be a emphatic win really for Central Sparks. Big old total on the board. Always going to be a tough chase. 171 for the South East Stars, but they, again, that 10th over absolutely crucial, and the way that Baker and Glenn combined, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So Grace Potts to bowl the final over from the pavilion end. Moore on strike, and drills this one down the ground. Sarah Glenn will come round to do the fielding, just a single for Moore, and then Freya Davis will come on to strike. Little survey of the field there from Freya Davis. 130 for 8. South East Stars in this final over still require 41, as this is tucked away down the ground by Freya Davis. To long on, there we go, another motorbike going far too fast along the Woodbridge Road. Have I genuinely, is it super bikes here in Guildford today or something? 131 for 8. 40 more required, but sadly, from a South East Stars point of view, just 4 balls remaining. Potts comes in over the wicket to Moore. That swings, and Moore takes this off her toes, down the ground. Just the single. Moore to Moore. 132 for 8. 3 balls remaining. I'll have to, at the end of this, for listeners on BBC Radio London and the Surrey live stream, make a quick exit, because I've got to do an update for BBC Radio London Sports Show with Nick Godwin. So I'll have to dial down, as this is a full toss, and that's swung away by Freya Davis for 4. So Freya Davis, a full toss from Potts, nicely put away by Freya Davis. She moves on to 7. 136 for 8 now. The South East Stars, but just a couple of balls to go in the game as train from London, Waterloo, rattles along the tracks heading into Guildford Station. 136 for 8. Potts is in again. Davis swings this one high in the air, and will go. Caught by Arlott. Freya Davis had to go for it, obviously. And Freya Davis gone for 7. 136 for 9. Nicely taken by Arlott. Wicket for Potts. Another one for Potts. She's got 3 for now. And that will leave Danny Gregory to come out with, I think, 1 ball of the game remaining. So Danny Gregory will make her way out there into the middle just for this 1 delivery, I think it is. And this is a big win for Central Sparks. And as I say, they've been very good value for it. They really have. So out comes Danny Gregory. Central Sparks having a natter about everything. Eve Jones there with Arlott and Potts. I think they'll be very happy with this performance today. Central Sparks putting 170 on the board and then defending it very well indeed. So a few things for the South East Stars to think about with both bat and ball. So Danny Gregory takes her guard. Little look around the field for Danny Gregory, then settles herself down over a bat as Grace Potts will come over the wicket to Danny Gregory, and Gregory, shout for LBW, is out. First ball, and that's the end of the game. And 136 all out, and that is a victory, an emphatic victory for Central Sparks by 34 runs. Posted 170 for 6, and South East Stars all out for 136. So 34-run victory for the Central Sparks here on BBC Radio London. Thank you for your company. Been lovely to be with you, and I'll be back on Saturday morning from 11 o'clock for South East Stars against the Western Storm. But well played, Central Sparks. They have beaten the South East Stars here in Guildford in the Charlotte Edwards Cup by 34 runs. From myself, Mark Church, this evening, it's a very good night to one and all.